And I love it, man, because it got me thinking. It got me thinking like I was back at school again. I don't even know where you come up with these questions. I want to know how you come up with these. You're so innovative. I'm like, look. I mean, your mind is good. Like you said, you're a history teacher, and your mind is going all over the place.
And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
You know, I've done everything. I've done, in the 80s, I did Johnny Carson. I did,
Sure.
Merv Griffin. I did it all. You're sheer 9 or 10. You're probably 9.5.
Oh.
10 is, no one's perfect.
You have something amazing going with the show, and you're educating us.
I mean, I've never told anybody in public about that experience with my dad. And on your platform, I don't know why I did that, because it's so comfortable and we're talking about things that matter.
That is a really cool story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot today.
A lot. And you know what's...
I love the little anecdote of comedy, would you pay for it? Would you not? I love that. I love how you added that in.
We want to know each other. We want to know people's stories. That's what TKN does.
First name Michaela. Last name Skinner. Welcome, my friend, to round 2 of the tournament.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Pleasure's mine. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was seriously such a blast. I was so excited to come on here, and yeah, it's been incredible.
It's not like an interview, it's like a conversation with your homie.
I appreciate that more than you know, my friend. I really do. Serch, my friend, I hope you have a great rest of the evening. Last name Ferrigno, first name Lou. Lou, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life. You know something? You need to quit the show and be my moderator.
So put your hand together for a majestic, out of this world, one-of-a-kind human being. First name Vivica, last name Fox. Welcome, my friend.
Whoa, that was an awesome introduction. Let me tell you that. I don't think I've ever had anyone read my resume with such flow.
Avi is a poet, but he doesn't know it, but his feet show it. You're unbelievable.
Last name Wilkins, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend. Celebrity tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Damn! You said it just like I wrote it.
You gave me good eargasm tonight, man. I love your voice. I love the things that you talk about.
Well, you're the best I've seen. You're the Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whoever you want to make the GOAT.
This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests, and great guests beget great guests.
One of my friends was sharing about Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, and what a smooth voice he had. Your voice and the way you project everything and share with your heart and soul. You got an incredible gift.
I just want to do this again and again. I feel like I've made friends. And again, I've taken the competition part of it out because I've just enjoyed talking to you guys tonight.
Oh man, most definitely. This is, this I think my top. I think because when you do the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it.
It really, truly, kind of blows my mind every time when we can get this many people together, thinking, mind melding, positive, not having to agree all the time with everything. But not getting ugly about it, and not, it's just I feel like it's a microcosm of what it could be.
Did you have a nice time tonight in the green room?
I had a great time. I can't tell you how refreshing it is that somebody knows what they're doing.
You're a very interesting person. I mean, you with all this rhyming stuff, you must really put a lot of effort into this, and I would love to read or see something that you've written.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure it's really interesting.
Or not podcast. I guess it's like we're just a show now. You're a show. You're a full-blown show.
I can count my friends on one hand. Well, wait, on one finger. You.
Oh man, thank you so much, my friend. You are awesome. Don't even hang your hats on the past, because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you'll bleed on people that never even cut you to begin with. It has nothing to do with your pain.
Okay.
So
Tell him, already. Tell him.
You guys are bringing the best out of me. That is the truth. Guys, Chris, did you have a good time? You've done a lot of interviews. Is this kind of up there for you?
Yeah. I had a great time today, Avi. I mean, because you are engaged in what is a conversation and not a performance.
Scars remind us of where we've been. They need not dictate where we're going. And I think in a way that kind of addresses this question. So in other words, I think it is almost inevitable that there's going to be pain, there's going to be scarring, there's going to be all kinds of this that's going to happen over the course of a life.
She would sit at the kitchen table looking out the window for quite a period of time while the food was getting prepared. And I wish I took that time to sit down with her and ask her questions about her being a child.
All about family, and
wow.
I can tell you, my friend, your presence is a present, because even though we don't know each other very well, starting to get to know you has been a real present and a gift because of the truth and honesty that you share. It makes me a braver person. It makes me a more courageous person, and that's from my heart.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And hey, if there's anything I can do for you going forward, I'm here. You just call me.
This thing has drawn me out of myself and thereby drawn me into myself. But I learned a lot. And from you, Avi, I always learned something from you.
Work as hard as you can, because by working, Avi, you will keep yourself busy and get used to the grief.
Another trio of questions, now more underrated. We have Billy D. Williams, Italian men named Skippy or Unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Abby.
Archie Bunker, the mountain climber. Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor, or Don Corleone, the computer repair person.
It's clearly an issue with the hard drive.
Oh, I like that.
I'm going to go Don Corleone.
For Christmas, is it because it does create those amazing memories that and Serch, I know you've been there too, because I've seen you at so many different great events for muscular dystrophy association.
There is nothing that was on TV tonight that even remotely rivals what we did on this broadcast.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame and one of the NBA's top 50 players. And I'm really excited to tell you about my new relationship in the broadcasting world with the new network.
It's TKN, and a young man named Avi Klein who poured his blood, sweat, and tears into creating this new network and assembling an amazing group of individuals.
Legends from every walk of life who are just bringing their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom, and this is amazing. I feel like this is a cosmic convergence of what is most important to him, and he's such a stand-up guy.
Avi, congratulations. I don't know anybody that can talk as much as you. Seriously, I thought I could talk. You are unreal. What you do it with class, understanding, professionalism. You're simply amazing. I told you that when I first met you. And you ran off my autobiography. It basically was a book. It was simply fantastic. And to think that you do that every show.
Very respectful, and he really connects with the artists and his audiences. And I felt like this guy's onto something, and I'm proud to be a part of this with him.
And I really thank your support. I lost my father, and you were the first person to support me in all that, and I thank you so much for that. It meant a lot to me.
The greatest wealth is when you can share it with someone. You can share your victories, you can share your failure, you can express your deepest feelings, but the greatest wealth is to be able to say that I have a friend. And I feel an unbelievable level of wealth. And a lot of that is because I have somebody like you.
You here to win the whole darn tournament?
I don't play. I just win.
Robert, would you like to win this entire tournament?
You know, all those luminaries and athletes and strongmen notwithstanding, the most dangerous place on this show is between me and that prize. That's all I'm going to say.
You're chomping at the bit to get in this thing.
Oh yeah, man. I've been telling you, brother. You brought up some names to me, and I was like, I can't wait. I hope they don't see me, because it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby, and I'm not playing.
Are you here to win the entire thing, my friend?
I'll just say this, Avi. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Are you here to win the entire celebrity tournament when it's all said and done?
You know, I saw that video package, and I saw a very familiar face in Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS, and he said that he was here for the winner, winner, chicken dinner, and I want to take away that chicken dinner, so yes, I want to get this whole shebang.
Tonight, Avi Klein launches the TKN network. It's been over 2.5 years in the making. And tonight, with mystery guests and the big debate, it's going to be, well, let's just say hotter than hell. So don't miss it.
And talent, last name Smith, first name Joe Smith, welcome my friend.
Oh my God, Avi. Where did you get all of that from? Oh my God.
Wow. I mean, that intro, that is such a who's who across the board, and just a small representation of all the celebrities already involved with the TKN Celebrity Tournament.
It is only a sampling of what we have, because as of tonight, we have 158 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, and pro wrestling, plus Olympians, and Oscar, Emmy, Grammy, Tony, Golden Globes, Drama Desk, AMA, and WGA award winners and nominees.
That's like the line at the iPhone store, the Apple store, when they release a new iPhone, man. You can, looking down and it goes around the corner and stuff.
All the way around the block.
Yeah, and wow, just the accolades. I mean, just imagine if you had a line like that, and all those people brought their trophies and their plaques and their statues and their awards.
Yeah,
that would be something. And here's the crazy thing. We're going to add to that tonight.
I know. I'm so excited. We haven't had an 11th hour match in a while. We've had a few who have snuck into round number 2, had that 12-point deficit, but this is a full-on 11th hour match. Welcome, Seth. First time here. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We see you, Forrest. Welcome, Forrest. Thank you for being here as well. Chad, Lester, Bethany, Bonnie, Ralph, Eric, everybody.
The crew.
If you haven't gotten your predictions in yet, do it right now, because the first person...
Get some money. Will Lee, good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Yes, the first person who is right could win some cash tonight. Yeah. Kelly, how much is on the line?
I believe it's up to $2,000. So that would buy a nice Christmas present, to say the very least, I would think. Put the Christmas dinner bill for the whole family, cousins included. But this 11th hour match, though, to me, this is an 11th hour in the 11th hour, because round 2 is winding down.
Oh, my gosh.
The few people that are left are really the household names of the entire tournament. Chura, Sally Jesse Raphael, John Lovitz. That's just a name, just grabbing 3 out of the air. Right. And there's not that many left. So just imagine coming in at this hour to go, you know what? Drop me right in there with those people. You've got to have a level of confidence that is off the chart.
I think so. And I definitely think these 3 do. We have someone who is welcome, Owen. Welcome. Hi, Phil. Lester. Yes, the final lap. we have someone tonight who is not only an NFL great, is an action star.
Yeah, those. And I mean, that has been, we've had wrestlers, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan, that have transitioned wrestling to movies. I don't know if a lot of people know it. A lot of NFL guys have too.
Sure.
But not that many. There's only a small selection for who this could possibly be. So if you've got a guess out there and you've done some research, you stand as good a chance as anybody of, hitting one here. You got to hit more than one, but if you get one, the next one's that much easier.
Right. I saw someone typing in Terry Crews. Terry Crews could be a possibility, maybe. Forrest has Terry Crews for a guess. Good one.
Boz, I think. Yeah, he did the same thing. So people obviously have been paying attention to the clues. Mm-hmm. Who else we got? We got NFL TV action or action star. Who else we got?
Oh my gosh. We have a WWE Hall of Famer.
We do. You know what, Giselle? You may not know this. We have more than one.
Tonight? No, not tonight. No,
not tonight, but in general.
We have so many WWE Hall of Famers on this roster, and we're adding another one. I feel like the WWE Hall of Famers are getting a little bit easier to guess because we already have so many of them here. It's narrowing it down a bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I expect Vince McMahon at some point to just walk in and go, "Where did I go?" Be like that John Travolta meme. I don't know where they went. Predictions. Are people getting their predictions in? Are we seeing that?
I'm seeing a few in the comments. And if we need Ralph, Larry Zbyszko, Fab Five Freddy, Fred the Hammer Williamson. Ooh.
Okay.
One of those might be on my short list for tonight.
Well, are you willing to throw yours out there, Giselle?
I am also Ralph, I'm gonna burst your bubble a little bit because Larry Zbyszko is already in round number 3. We already have one Zbyszko here.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of other names thrown in that we have. Okay, why don't you write
guess what? Before we do that, our last 11th hour person is an award-winning hip-hop artist. Yeah. Who could this be? Who could it possibly be?
I don't know. You think they're going to give Avi a run for his money with the rhymes?
I don't think they would be on here if they didn't at least stand a chance. I mean, who have we had? We've had Tretch, Tone Loc, DC Glenn, Kid and Play. I mean, geez,
right?
A who's who of these guys. And tonight is going to be big. So I'm going to flip it back to you. You do your 3, I'll do my 3.
Okay, so let's start with the WW Hall of Famer. And Kelly, what was that clue?
The clue for him was 1972. Now, is that a date, random number? You know as much as I do. What you got?
I've got 2 on my short list, but I'm going with Sean Waltman. Who you got?
Really? X-Pac. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. What else? What
about you? In detail.
Mine? Okay. I'm gonna give you the clue to who I think it is. Woo! The immortal Ric Flair. Styling and profiling.
Ric Flair, Chad agrees with you. He's got Ric Flair on his list as well.
Okay, who do you have for the action star?
What if it's the Great Khali? What if it is?
Yeah. There's other possibilities. But
yes. So
action star, who you got?
Action star. NFL great and action star. Mm-hmm. I'm down to 2 Freds. I got Fred Williamson and Fred Dryer. I'm going to go with Fred Dryer.
I like that. I considered him, but I'm going with, and I apologize, I didn't see who put it in there, but I'm down with Terry Crews on this one.
See, the reason I'm not going with Terry Crews is I don't know about the action part. Sitcom, yeah. Hosting, yeah. Action, not as well known for that.
He's doing action. I did some research. Yeah, I know these things.
I'm sure you did. Last, we've got an award-winning hip-hop legend. And The clue for that was Google.
Yeah, Google.
So I'm going with Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap. Okay. I like that. I'm going more mainstream and going definitely OG. My man, Final Level, Ice-T.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. I like it. So we've got our predictions in. Get
You
yours
have yours.
in the comments real quick. And also, you want to stay tuned throughout the entire episode tonight because after this match, Kelly, I am so excited for this. After this match, we have the outro with our first look at next week's match. And you can win some money there too. We'll be mentioning that all throughout the broadcast and in the comments, so pay attention there. But stick around for after because there's a little Easter egg.
Let's call it a surprise.
What?
A surprise ending.
A surprise
When was
ending.
the last time we had a surprise ending? These things don't happen. So if you're tuning out early, don't. Let's get this. Let's get
Do
ready.
not tune out early and stay tuned right now as this 11th hour match on episode 273 of TKN Saturday Night is going to begin.
And gals and pals, it's TKN Saturday Night. We appreciate you inviting us to your living room. That means a lot to us. And thank you guys and gals and pals for giving us the opportunity right now to be picked up by Amazon Prime. We thank them. We do thank Universal as well, the studio I work for believing in this show. Back in the day, the Suits and Ties said, man, oh man, if you can't have any controversy, nothing's going to sell. Well, we can have philosophical fun and give you endless edutainment while still having a great old time, guys and gals and pals, because this is a place where strangers leave as friends while having philosophical fun. We appreciate you guys being a part of this. 7.1 million strong as of last count in just 21 months. Thank you for that. And of course, guys and gals and pals, we have 3 mystery participants. Soon the mystery is going to be history as I bring them in, and I can't wait for that because these 3 men are dignified, but they're also legends. But what I really enjoy about what they do is the fact that they don't hang their hats on their resume. It's what they do outside of the ring, off set, off stage. I really appreciate what they bring, their humanity, guys and gals and pals. And that's what we celebrate over here, their humanity. We'll peel back the layers and get to know the person behind the persona. So with that, let's bring them in one at a time right now. We'll tackle these topics. As you guys know, this celebrity tournament, I call it a sport of the mind, and I don't mind reminding you that you are the engine that makes this entire thing go. So with that, let's bring them in one at a time. Guys, if you compete with others, you might become bitter. If you compete with yourself, you might become better. True competition is procrastination. You have no idea, guys, what you're capable of until you test your limits. And my first guest is as inspirational as he is classy. As the obstacles began appearing before him, he simply became stronger and stronger and stronger, externally and internally. He hails from which area? The Bay. And for a kid growing up, it might seem cloudy and gray when football is on your noggin and your parents won't let you play. That was the case for my guest, as back in the day, you needed both of your folks to say okay if you wanted to play football and formulate a plan to get Ginsu on the gridiron like a Marino named Dan. But wait, my guest's journey couldn't have been written any better, like an award plan, guys, gals. Award-winning indie, sold in can. Fate wrote the script, as he even lived with NFL greats Derek Kennard, Tony Sandhouse, and Charles Mann. But regardless, guys and gals and pals, of mice and men, best laid plans, they do lay dormant in our childhood, because football would come a-calling, but not right before my guest was the king of the hardwood. That's right, little-known fact, dressed up with some tact, is that my guest was actually Northern California Basketball Player of the Year. Guys and gals and pals, did you know that? Years before a worldwide audience would send and see him and always cheer as he noticed an ascension early in his career like a 1606 Shakespearean King Lear. This man wouldn't give in to fear, but let me digress and take it back to his initial frontier. He was on a basketball scholarship, guys and gals and pals, but if you rooted for him, this definitely was a moment where you went, oh no. Or did your Homer Simpson impersonation going dough? As the coach from St. Mary's College in Moraga knew of him, I get it. You might be wondering, so? Well, that coach got hired as the offensive line for University of Nevada, Reno. They flew our guest there and put a basketball in his hands, but this story takes a turn because there are several layers. Remember, he was hanging out with a ton of football players, so his weight went from 190 to 280, while his bench goes from 135 to 500. And then something out of the blue happens that would have made me do a double turn like a bewildered Barney Fife. They offered my guest a football scholarship, despite the fact that he never played a football game in his entire life. No pads, no helmets, nada, zinc, zero, squat. But if you faced him on the gridiron, I would have given you remorse. Of course, because he was quite the force. As I speed up here, let me fill you in, guys and gals and pals, on the events that occurred when he was bartending and managing at Crazy Horse. Golan Globus, his arm wrestling film Over the Top, was filming, and it starred Sylvester Stallone. And on set were a bunch of grown and up-and-coming pro wrestlers whose potential was fully realized, but not yet fully grown, including our very own guest, years before he made The Ultimate Warrior puke and groan. At the behest of a wrestler, he gave pro wrestling a shot, but what to do? There weren't a bevy of schools that were around. And even less that were credible and satisfactory. The Malenkos, the Arn Andersons, Stu Hart, and well, of course, out in Calgary. But he went on one that was run by Larry Sharp in New Jersey, the one and only Monster Factory. He did the unheard of, as in his first match in Memphis, he defeated the one and only Jerry the King Lawler on a Monday night in Memphis, no less, and he became the world champ. And he was a creative force of nature, unafraid to hit the reset button and revamp. The Soul Taker, guys and gals and pals, Sir Charles, and soon a trio of characters that fans would never forget. But it's now time for me to list his many accolades and accomplishments, so don't fret. He's a two-time USWA Unified World Heavyweight Champion. He's a former WWE Intercontinental Champion. He's a former WWE Tag Team Champion. He headlined a WWE Saturday Night's Main Event and appeared in the main event of WrestleMania 8 at the Hoosier Dome, which drew over 60,000 fans. He was part of the original Nation of Domination, and in 2016, the Ultimate Honor. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, well-deserved. He managed the Cheetah Club and always had a $1 million smile. All the while, we marveled at his presentation, whether he was kicking butt as the Soul Taker or taking you out with a shoulder breaker. And even as the WWE audience matured from the days of Hogan, Piper, and Cyndi Lauper, they were now witness to the live and let die character, guys and gals, from James Bond named Papa, who could put a spell on you and smile while you were clutching your spleen. As the mid-90s rolled around, he was a supreme fighting machine. But man, was he having fun and changing the game like an E named Easy during the Attitude Era when it wasn't cheesy, as he put in the wrench time, because you know that pimping ain't easy, so give it up for a legendary talent. Kind human being who's recognizable from Idaho to Cairo, whether it's as Papa Shango or a fighting machine that giving you trauma as Kama. Kick back without a care in the world or even a bother, because you're about to greet a man that rocked it as the Godfather. So say hello to a man who brought it to the clubs like Dolomite and innovated the fame like the introduction of Sprite. It's quite the delight to welcome in the one and only. First name Charles, last name Wright. Welcome, my friend.
I have never in my life heard an intro, bro. Hey, I bow down, bro.
No.
I bow down. That is, my wife's in the background listening. I'm like, hey, this is great. I don't even need to say anything. You just said it all.
Man, oh man. The easiest part is being able to come up with all of those rhymes, because you've done so much, my friend, inside the ring, but outside the ring. And we kind of travel in the same circles. And I know that respect from your peers is a pretty cool thing. You have it all across the board. You've got respect from your peers. Let me ask you this, though, Charles. All the accolades that you've acquired and earned your entire career, is the greatest thing in the world to be able to travel and see the smile of a kid saying, hey, you know what? You meant a lot to me in my childhood.
Bro, you have no idea. I go out, I think this year alone, I'm going to go out 40, 45 weekends. And believe me, it's not about the money with me right now. It's so cool to go out there. And a couple of weeks ago, I was in Syracuse, New York, and they got me in the ring and I did my whole thing, man. And it's so cool that it's been since 2003.
Yeah.
And I've done that, and people are still with every word that I say, humbling, appreciated, bro. Happy, I swear, every week. I love doing it. I don't do it because I have to do it. I do it because it's so enjoyable, bro. It's just, especially Papa Shango, because people will go,
right.
And people that are around 40 years old now are like, dude, you have no idea how much when I was a kid and the Ultimate Warrior was my hero, and you put that and you made him, and it's just cool to hear that. And I still. This weekend, I painted up as Papa Shango, and it's still cool, man. Because
like double duty kind of thing. Okay,
yes,
yeah.
I was Godfather the first day, the Papa Shango the second. But it's so cool because now somebody 42-year-old is shaking your hand, and he's shaking, and he's going, you have no idea how and that's cool, bro. I think that's very cool.
And you're probably thinking in your head, in a positive way, you're thinking, man, that was 35 years ago. Stop shaking. I'm okay. And that shows the impact that you still have, how you resonate with your audience. I'll tell you a quick story. So this stuff isn't planned here when I'm talking about this. Richard Donner was my mentor. He got me into the industry as a screenwriter. I left my house at 17 and a half, no silver spoon. I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to do it. and I started writing anything I could get my hands on. And when Richard Donner got me into Lionsgate, the water cooler conversation around that time was the Monday Night Wars. So it's so cool to see executives and people like Donner talking wrestling storylines. And one of his favorites, you were part of three of his favorites, was The Godfather. He said, can you believe that a character, he's committing himself so well to the character that he knows his target audience so well. He knows it, and it looks like he's having fun. And it looked like you were having fun. Dare I say that word? You prepared, yes, but having a blast.
Two things. First of all, Vincent one time told me, "You're having so much fun. I don't even want to pay you." And I'm like, "Well, if you keep letting me have fun, I might not have you pay me." But it's so cool because what a lot of people might not know is that whole Godfather deal was my wife's idea, not mine, not Vince's, not anybody's. It was my wife's idea.
That's pretty incredible. I had no clue. Charles, I'll tell you this. This is a fun celebrity tournament, a place where strangers leave as friends, but we call it competitive camaraderie. There's no doubt about it. Sport of the mind. The winner of this gargantuan celebrity tournament, we got 157 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, wrestling, not to mention Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy, Golden Globe. They're all here. John Goodman, Willem Dafoe. Everyone's here. Would you like to win the entire celebrity tournament, my friend? 15 grand, 5-day trip to Greece for the winner.
I would love it.
I think that's great. And you know what? You know what? I think our fans would too. Thank you for giving your fans your smile even when they don't have it, man. You make people happy. I'll put you backstage for a quick moment and then bring our gang in, and then we're going to go right off to the races.
I love it.
Thank you, sir, for being here, guys and gals. A legendary Hall of Fame human being and wrestler, but so much more. Charles Wright, a.k.a. the Godfather and Papa Shango. And Charles, I'm bringing in my next participant now, and I'm a little nervous. Why? Because, okay, I've been rhyming since I was 15. Big deal. The level this person is on is a level I can never reach. If I had another 80 years of life, I wouldn't be able to. And I listened to him. His voice was the soundtrack of my life. So I'm going to bring him in right now, as I always do every week, set to rhymes. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous based on his reaction he's going to give me, because he is the best and he's heard the best. So guys and gals and pals, service to others is the rent that you pay for your room here on earth. Nothing is given to a man on earth here. The hero is the man who lets no obstacle prevent him from pursuing the values he's chosen. My next guest has filled many a blank canvas with beautiful works of art. His gift allows him to provide the masses, all of us, with honest, truthful, and eye-opening performances that tell really delightful stories. Guys and gals and pals, my next guest hails from the Rock, and he provides knowledge in this game we call life, like a hip, guys and gals, and souped-up Dr. Spock. But let me proceed, even as the clock goes tick-tock, tick-tock. His upbringing speaks to me as yours truly grew up in the Hearst, out in Queens, during the days of the high-top fades and Jordache jeans. He was raised by parents Rosalind and Mervyn, and his work ethic, guys and gals and pals, was second to none. He'd never kick back or recline, as his body of work inspired the masses, including a freestyling rebel-rouser named Avi Klein. The 53rd state was the hip-hop epicenter, even as many tried rubbing two pennies together, because times were tough. Even as a renter, all I can recall was the concrete jungle screaming for affection rather than attention amidst the smoke and rubble, and as resistance, guys and gals, crumbled brick by bricks. Thank goodness I listened to this artist's first single, Melissa, back in 1986. This was a year after he graduated from Music and Arts High School in 85, preparing to succeed and thrive. He was signed by Leora Cohen, guys and gals and pals, and Russell Simmons, working for Rush Productions and showcasing his flow. Years before, his kindness and mentorship was broadcast for the world to see on VH1 as host of The White Rapper Show. Social experiment or not, behind those eyes, one could tell, one could see that he was someone who cared and dared to challenge himself and others every step of the way, despite the obstacles, criticism, naysayers, or the occasional cry, like when he prevented a caller on his radio program from wanting to die. Yeah, this man has done it all. So don't wait for the fall, because through hard work, hustle, and determination, he wasn't wishing upon a star or waiting for some genie. He wrote Eat, guys and gals, and Ghost wrote for Houdini, as he gave his heart and soul to hip-hop and brave trial by error, guys and gals, on legendary Manhattan stages like The Rooftop and LQ, where his legend grew and grew. The expressway was entirely his, as his brain never took a break. So document his lane and appreciate how he did it all, even chauffeuring DJ Eric B to the far reaches of Long Island to pick his brain and cutting demos with Grand Wizard Tony B. And by the time 1990 was upon us, we marveled at his excellence, as his efforts spoke volumes. Unlike a deer in the headlight, paint-draying Mike Pence. We have this man to thank for jump-starting the careers of Nas, OC, and MF Doom. You all know, the guys who told us that our futures weren't confined to a room and engulfed by many a fume in Elmhurst side of Queens that refused to bloom. Jumping ahead, my guest's works have been well received by the community, as he's provided many people an opportunity. He was awarded the Martin Luther King Jr. Award for his nonprofit work in Nassau County. This was years after his poetic nectar gave artists hope, as his voice, devotion to his craft, and innovation made us scream, Mother Mary, full of grace. We recognize your artistry from 3 the hard way to third base. Guys and gals, hip-hop is a calling, and Queens is the place, as his lyrical miracles gave others hope to chase, a dream without a trust fund, Maserati, or a deck of cards featuring a singular ace. As he perfected his vocation, all one had to do was turn on the station, specifically MTV, Yo MTV Raps. Check out a video that spoke truth and received a nomination at the MTV Music Awards, and rightly so, as it was a regular, it wasn't Guys and Gals, just your typical unleaded fuel, it was diesel. I'm talking about the classic hit Pop Goes the Weasel. 2 of his group's albums were gold selling $500,000, but chill, because he went solo releasing Return of the Product. It ranked high on the Billboard. No one was floored because he produced winner after winner during a time where any and all could celebrate hip-hop, be it on the street or Sunday outside of church. We took notice as his presence surpassed that of an Addams Family giant named Lurch. So put your hands together and stare at the screen from your perch and value this moment like a collector values online merch, as I welcome in a kind, intelligent, down-to-earth human being, the one and only MC Serch. Welcome, my friend.
Yo.
The legend.
Bobby, that was incredible.
The legend.
Yo.
The legend,
Yo.
MC Serch.
What up, man?
How are you doing, man? I like what you're holding up there, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because of dudes like you that I get to look at things like this.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, look, I got a cartoon. Like, little kids can draw me because you did not ignore me. And you saw me. Yes. And then that freestyle just floored me. And, yo, I got to appreciate the way you delivered my historical Back to the Days of Melissa, which was awful. I mean, let's just be honest. First records are horrible. But what you just did was outstanding, not deplorable. Anyway, I appreciate you, bro.
What you just did right now, actually, I got goosebumps. I saw what you just did there. Thank you.
I'm just going to have my, listen, this is about to be a movie. I told the Hammer and I told my man, it's about to be a movie.
It's on the
game. 15 grand is mine. I got a baddie. I'm taking the grease with me. It's a wrap. Just whoever, 157, whatever. Listen, you can bring 220. I'm knocking them down one at a time like 7 MCs like a kid, and I'm rocking him from 86. Avi, I don't need no hits, and I don't need no miss. So everybody else, you can just dismiss.
Guys and gals and pals, that's MC Serch, and I'm glad, guys and gals, I am not in his lane right now. Thank God for that.
Go.
I'm not in his lane. Serch, I'm going to put you backstage, bring in our third participant, another legend, and then we will be off to the races, my friend. There we go, guys and gals. By the way, again, I have to say this in all jest aside. Growing up in Queens, you as well, inspired me a ton. Elmhurst, by the way, Far Rockaway. Thank you.
My pleasure. All day. Far Rock to the casket drop and a breathing stop. You heard?
Guys and gals, the 53rd state. Guys and gals, MC Serch is here. I'm going to bring in our legend right now. We'll be off to the races with topic number 1. But guys and gals, you want to talk about legends? Here we go. What time is it? It's time to dream lofty dreams, my friends. Frederick Douglass said, "The soul that is within me, no man can degrade." How do I get the message out regarding the next great talent? Telegram. Tell your fam. When they tune in, bam, they'll tell you like Uncle Sam that this human being is recognized from here to Birmingham. All one has to do is look outside, as his presence can cause a traffic jam, as his impact can be felt like a roundhouse from one Jean-Claude Van Damme. Guys and gals, he grew up in Chicago and Gary, Indiana, to the parents Frank and Lydia, and graduated from Frobel High School in 1955. He enrolled at Northwestern University, where he took a deep dive, playing college football while studying architecture, guys and gals, years before his films, guys and gals, hit the screen, where he took no jive. When it came to architecture, because his favorite class in high school was drafting, it was this class, by the way, that he'd always stay late drawing and creating. And speaking of drafting, that's exactly what the San Francisco 49ers did when they selected him in the 1959 draft. And pretty soon he'd revolutionize 70s culture alongside Jim Brown, Pam Grier, and I'm talking about Shaft. This three-time All-American was a force to be reckoned with like a gator in the Everglades, which is why I will now list his many accolades. He won, guys and gals and pals, you ready for this? The 1966 AFL Championship with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a three-time AFL All-Star from 61 to 63. He was named to the AP1 All-Pro team in 62 and 63. He played in the first Super Bowl ever. He finished with 36 career interceptions, 479 interception return yards, and 2 interception return touchdowns. He was inducted in the IFCA Hall of Fame on June 23rd, 1996. He was a Big Ten shot put champion. He served as a color commentator for ABC Monday Night Football. He was named All-Pro, guys and gals and pals, four times than yours truly. He played in 6 Pro Bowl games. He was captain of the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl team. He was the first football player to wear white shoes, which are now in the Hall of Fame, in the NFL Hall of Fame. He's responsible for showing the world how to market black storytellers years after he tackled, scored, and ran the 100-yard dash. Such was the case when the legendary Robert Altman cast him to play a neurosurgeon in the iconic film MASH. After working as an architectural engineer when his football days ended, it was on, guys and gals, to the world of film and TV. After watching the show Julie on TV, he knew what he wanted and went, gee, I can have that boyfriend role for me. And boom, he was cast in 1968 and soon thereafter appeared on the original Star Trek. And then it snowballed as he started an entire genre of action films. So let me tell you what was on deck. He starred in Black Caesar, That Man Bolt, and Mean Johnny Barrows, who wiped the smile off your face and made you frown. How about Three the Hard Way and Take a Hard Ride opposite Jim Brown? From Starsky and Hutch, the original Inglourious Bastards, Original Gangsters, Chips, Fantasy Island, Knight Rider, From Dusk Till Dawn, and his own production company. This is a truly Renaissance man, guys and gals, truly, because beyond the gridiron in any movie, he's assisted many autistic children through his participation in the Wounded Warrior Project. Much like what he does for veterans, guys and gals, through that very project. With over 100 films and TV credits and an induction in the Texas Hall of Fame, it isn't merely the name or the acclaim, as his heart has stayed the same. So at this juncture, make sure you alert your brother and sister, your parents, make sure your kids have been fed. Even text your favorite stuffed animal, Ted. You'll be chanting his name while your face turns beet red, like this suit. This is a man that many gals wanted to wed. And if you pissed him off on the gridiron, count your lucky stars, you weren't left for dead. So rise to your feet, get off that chair, sofa, or king-size bed, as I welcome an absolute legend, an iconic, talented, kind, diverse human being. Last name Williamson. First name Fred. Welcome, my friend.
Dude, you are dangerous. You know too much. You know too much, man. I'm going to send my boys out to talk to you, man. You know too much about the hammer. You scare me, man. I tell you.
What's not to know, man? You have. I mean, listen. You helped people pave the way. I will always tell you that. You've given people an open door policy to do things in this business that I'm in for the last 26 years, Hollywood. You've given people an opportunity that never had one. You did it first. You were the originator. You were the innovator. And that does come from the heart, my friend. Fred, I have to tell you this. Whether anybody thinks they can do something or not, all they have to do is look at that resume. NFL, martial arts, full feature films. I mean, really, I can speak for many, and I will. I'm very honored to be in your presence, Fred. Very honored.
You know why I accomplished so many things in my life is because I had more people telling me what I couldn't do and what I shouldn't do. Even my family. My motivation didn't come from there. My motivation came from whatever I did, I would do it 110%. And so far, it's worked, and you only lose when you quit. You only lose when you stop. You don't lose when if you don't succeed the first time, try it again the second time or the third time. As long as you don't quit, you're a winner.
Unless, and this has happened to me many a times, unless you convince yourself that your new gal needs your home cooking. I am not good in the kitchen. I've tried my very best. I'm a horrible chef. So I know when to quit. Fred, all I'm saying is I know when to quit, but everything else you said is accurate. That's all I'm saying.
Find the right chef, dude.
There you go. My friend, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you. I should go to
space. Fill the space with a chef. That's
a good idea. No, and I want to say this to you. I mean, to me, levity is the ultimate elixir of life. And, I love your down-to-earth nature. You inspire people, and I wish I can do the same and have a smile on my face when I get a bit older as well. You really do inspire people. Fred, this is 157 Hall of Famers. You heard MC Serch. You heard the Godfather. The winner of this entire celebrity tournament. It's a sport of the mind because the mind is a muscle through these topics, of course. Would you like to win the entire tournament, Fred? We're talking trip to Greece and $15,000.
It depends on who's judging.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Depends
We
on
got
who's
some good
judging.
judges.
And the reason that they're judging, don't judge because somebody told you that this guy was this and this guy was that. Take it one at a time, take it individually, then the choices become permanent.
I love it. I love it. Fred, I'm going to bring in MC Serch now and the Godfather now. We'll be off to the races. Gentlemen, first off, thank you for being here because, I mean, taking a step back and being polite, that's my MO. So thank you for giving me your time because this is your time, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to kick things off with MC Serch first, but I'll read the topic to our viewers so they know the topic. And guys, MC Serch, Godfather, and Fred, they can go on as long as they want. As long as they want, that's fine. Same topic for all three gentlemen. I call topic number 1 history on speed dial because in this fun scenario, you all have the ability to lean on history for some sage advice. Serch, in your rich and storied career, can you name a time that you were at a crossroads, and if you were able to show any historical figures some respect by calling them during a time so that they can impart some sage advice, who would you call and why? Whenever you're ready, good sir, the floor is yours.
So this actually happened. And, you know, you look at experience, and I think experience is the best teacher, especially when it happens to you personally. You know, both these young men to my left and right have had experience be a big part of their education. I was the first non-African American ever to host the oldest black station in the United States, WJLB. And I wanted to bring together the largest church at the time, which was Greater Grace in Detroit, the number 7 mosque, which was obviously Malcolm X's mosque, which was then Conrad Muhammad's mosque at the time. And I wanted to bring in the 3rd largest Jewish congregation, Shari Zedek, for a turkey drive. So I had to call Farrakhan. And because I knew I could get Greater Grace and I knew I could get the rabbi, Shari Zedek, but Conrad Muhammad was going to be a challenge. So I had called Farrakhan and I asked him what to do. And I'm not going to share exactly what he said, but the wisdom that he imparted on me during that time where I really felt like this was at a time where the city really needed to come together was that religion is only a placeholder, that everybody's belief in a higher power is really the connection that we should all aspire to. That whatever book you read, that's a placeholder for how you should control yourself, control your life, deal with people from a spiritual sense. But everybody should deal with the higher power as a one-to-one connector. And I love that because I think people forget that. I think we put policy in front of purpose. I think we put a lot of nonsense in front of direction. And I think, you know, I love that good orderly direction, that one-to-one connection. And as, you know, as I get closer to the back 9, I appreciated what Farrakhan said to me even more and more. So that's the one I'm going to stand on. So
can I ask you a question, MC Serch? Was
No.
he the first? I'm going to do it anyway, though. Was he the first person that you were thinking of at that time in your life? You were talking about sage advice that he imparted. Was he the first person you were thinking of when you called him?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it was in a situation where like I could call my dad, or it wasn't a situation where I could deal with like a manager or an agent. This was about 3 of the largest, most significant religious centers in Detroit.
Sure.
And at that time, that representation for all of us to come together.
Right.
And we did. And I mean, we did. We gave out 1,000 turkeys. Exhibit, the rapper who was from Detroit, wound up coming to the station, helping me. We were in this little church in the middle of, like, really on 7 Mile in Livernois, like, we're in the cut. And we were just we handed out 1,100 turkeys, and everybody chipped in. No, there was absolutely no one else I could call. But the beautiful thing was I had a relationship with Farrakhan through Chuck D where I knew I could call him. Okay. It wasn't for political purposes. It wasn't because I was using it as leverage for something. I was calling him because I needed sage advice regarding something that I thought affected both of us directly.
And he probably picked up on that. I don't know if you know that or not, but I'm sure he did because it's your approach. Would you agree that when it comes to music, I think that that's a fundamental part of education. Music is a fundamental part of education. Like, you're always teaching your audience something new, and I feel like that's what you've done. Would you say that that's probably the best thing somebody could do, even once they've succeeded in their vocation, is still be receptive to be able to learn every single day? Because you never know where knowledge is going to come from.
Oh yeah, no, and I've told, when I mentor, I've kind of broken down my life, my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s.
Sure.
So my 20s was all about learning. I learned everything.
Sure.
I had a record deal at 21. I had a production deal at 24. I had a clothing company at 25. I was consulting at, what I'm saying? So learn everything. But the other thing I learned is, during that time of my own success, I was learning how many people were wasting my time. So in my 30s, I was learning, but I was also churning. I was eliminating people. And by the way, like, I remember the first half of that, I would make some grand declaration like, oh, you're wasting. Yo, I got to a point where their name in my phone just became do not answer Johnson. Do not answer Rodriguez.
You let them figure it out pretty much. Yeah,
and they'll just figure it out when I just stop returning. So then my 40s was about learning, earning, and churning, right?
I love that.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Because that was always about that. And now my 50s is learning, earning, churning, and returning. I'm 58 now, so it's like, all right, we built an entire ecosystem for writers.
Yeah.
Right? So helping writers get their money organized, and we make nothing, like literally nothing. But it's all about returning, giving what was so given to me.
But
like,
you were giving even when you were younger. You were giving even as a youngster.
Yeah, no, but be clear about this. So Wes Johnson, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
When he sat me down, he was he was a cross between Don King and Jim Brown. And he was like the king of like radio promotion, like the king of it. He sat me down, me and my partner, and he said, listen, if I'm going to take you to a black radio station, tell a black program director that a black artist needs to lose their black position on a black chart for a bunch of white boys like you better know these black folk forward and backwards. And really made me and my partner Pete understand like what a privilege it was in 1989 to go see Helen Little, to go see Tony Gray, to go see Kathy Hughes, to go, to go see Alfred Liggins, about thank you for playing a bunch of white boys doing black music. Like, thank you for bumping somebody off the chart so our music could get played. Like, I didn't lose. There was nothing lost on that message to me.
It comes across.
There was nothing.
Like in your teachings, it comes across that you always know your roots and you definitely lead with gratitude. I do say what I earn is what I learn as well. I mean, that's why I started even doing this. I already make a living. I don't need it. I do this because I love being able to have the best seat in the house. Charles and Fred, I want to ask you guys a question before I kick the same topic over to Fred and then Charles. The same topic. Do you guys feel the same thing as well? Do you feel like that your platform is a place, unintentionally or intentionally, where you have been able to educate people on A, your passion, B, your commitment, C, your resiliency, and D, all the effort that you put in to get to where you are? Do you feel like that's a form of education, Charles and Fred?
You're my hero, and you know that. What was so cool about me is I was lucky enough to and blessed enough to develop different characters in the WWE.
Sure.
That's the only organization that I ever worked for.
Right.
Vince McMahon was, to this day, I just at his birthday party.
Okay.
He's always been cool with me. But it was just cool to be able to be part of so many things that today, like you talk about Papa Shango, and to have 40-year-old people today shake my hand when I have that face paint on. And man, it's just so cool. They're shaking. They're like, bro, you have no idea how much you scared me as a kid.
They remember the little details sometimes too.
Oh, yeah. And it was so hard because at that time, I'm a biker. And when I mean biker, and I can send you pictures, I am a real biker, not a weekend biker. I'm hanging out, and I was at a crossroad in my life to where the actual bikers in my club, three became Hell's Angels.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay, and like I said, if you want pictures after this, I'll show you our cuts and stuff.
Wow.
So I was a basketball player in high school. Always wanted to play football. Had the football mentality, but my mom and dad wouldn't let me play football.
Back in the day where the parents had to let you play.
Yes.
Yes.
And they said, no, you're going to get hurt. So I played basketball, ended up being in 1979 Northern California Basketball Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay. But I wanted to play football. All right. So
and you were
I
hanging out with a lot of football legends, so you got bigger and you were benching and your weight transformed as well.
Oh, I went, like I said, I started, mind you, in 79, basketball players weren't allowed to lift weights. Not allowed. And the day that I got out of high school, I'm in the gym, became a football player, got hurt.
Right.
Blew out my medial collateral, my anterior cruciate. Back then, they used to just cut you open, which ended everything. Went to Vegas. I played at UNR, ended up in Las Vegas.
Sure.
Now I'm working in strip clubs. This is 82, 83. They're filming
Crazy Horse. Was it Crazy Horse at that time?
It was the Crazy Horse. There was the Crazy Horse Saloon.
Yeah.
And the Crazy Horse. It was the Crazy Horse and the Crazy Horse Saloon, which I worked at both.
Sure.
Now this is like 1986.
Yeah.
I am the only black man that is working in strip clubs in the 80s. That's not only a bartender, a doorman, but a manager.
Yeah.
And believe me, this is in the 80s, bro. That's a long time ago.
Sure.
But I was the only black dude. They were filming a movie called Over the Top, which is a Sylvester Stallone arm wrestling movie. Scott Norton and guys were coming into the bar. I mean, I'm 64 years old now. I don't look as good as Fred, but I'm trying for an old man. And, they're like, dude, you should become a wrestler. Long story short, I'm like, I don't really want to do that phony-ass wrestling because when I grew up in the Bay Area of California, roller derby was bigger than wrestling.
Roller derby. I mean, you probably knew your Ray Stevens and Pat Pattersons and those guys.
Oh no, Rocky Johnson's.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnson, because he was the only black dude back then that was getting over, who was The Rock's father.
Sure.
And so I literally made a couple calls, got into wrestling. The greatest thing was I got away from that biker mentality and became more creative and got involved with wrestling and was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Without question. I want the audience to know this too, because you're not going to say it, but they should know this because, again, your positivity shines through. But look, when you're talking about the Monster Factory, you're talking about Larry Sharp. I mean, there was a time where, a lot of trainers would take a percentage of your money. When you're working for Lawler in Memphis, you're making about $300 a week. I mean, you're living off potatoes.
You want to hear the truth. You want to hear the truth. Then you want to hear the truth. Please. Larry Sharp signed me to a contract, and there was a percentage of what you made.
Right.
But I was really in wrestling school for a very short time, and at the whole time, mind you, I'm a biker.
Yeah.
Every night, I'm not going to class. I'm going to strip clubs. I'm going to bars. I'm hanging around bikers. Never went to wrestling school. Never. When I mean never. Jerry Lawler heard about me, came to see me, mind you.
Sure.
This is 87. I'm tattooed. I'm completely tatted up. I'm different. I'm much different. So because of my color and because of my tattoos and the fact that I was so much different than your average black guy, dude, doors opened up for me like you wouldn't believe.
I mean, if I want our fans to take this into consideration, if we're talking about the Mid-South Coliseum on a Monday night that was jam-packed in Memphis, traditionally speaking, think about a Charles Wright who had the look and the presence and the commitment and the work ethic. First match up against Lawler, world title. I mean, that's unheard of. Unheard of.
Dude, that's my very first match ever, not knowing anything besides doing what Jerry Lawler, who I love to death to this day, God bless him, his health's not the best, him and JR. I just seen them on the plane, helped both of them get on the plane. God bless both of them, great dudes. But Jerry Lawler's got in the ring with me, and he's like, do this, do that, do this. And he's like, I can work with you. And that was a crossroad in my life because the two guys there was 9 of us in this club in Vegas, and two of us became Hell's Angels, and me and Kenny Cole, who opened up Gold's Gyms in Spokane, Washington, were the only two still alive. So that was a crossroad in my life when I got into more entertaining and wrestling, man, that just made, thank God I did that.
What if I'm able to interweave this topic while you're speaking? Then I'll kick it over to Fred, because your talking points are kind of about, crossroads. Let me ask you this. Because of this scenario that I presented before you, if you were able to somehow call any historical figure, alive or deceased, during these crossroads, to impart some sage advice, who would you call and why?
To this day, believe it or not, and he's still alive, but it would be Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry Lawler. Okay.
And Ron Simmons, who's still alive, because those two people on different spectrums, one being white, one being black, have so much knowledge and have been through so much. And Jerry being from Memphis and seeing all the bullshit that they had to deal with in the South, and where I grew up.
Wow.
Okay, which is now called Silicon Valley. So,
Sure.
just from there.
No, I love that. And I love how you're able to pick people that took the same path you did differently, because we all do at the end of the day, but they were able to get to their destination. And I love the fact that Jerry Lawler saw something in you during a time where, like you said, being an African-American biker, being all tatted up, and being, at the time, we all start green somewhere, but still being able to see that, you have drawing power and you have potential, and it didn't get to your head. And you kept ascending to new. I mean, just think about characterization alone. As a writer, my mind is tripped out when I think about Soul Taker, Sir Charles, Papa Shango, Godfather, in that order. It's insane. How they're all different people.
And you know what it is, though? I'll talk forever, so I got to shut up. But the thing is I was part of strip clubs, and then I became one of the owners of Cheetahs here in Las Vegas.
Right.
So I always had a means of making money. I always had the club.
Sure.
So the whole time you see me wrestling, I still had the club. So when I wasn't making money, I'd be like, Vince, this is crazy, bro. I'm not making no money. I'm going through tables. I'm getting hit over the head with chairs. I'm like, dude, I could be at home looking at naked women, bro, and not dealing with none of this and making money. So that's why you see me coming
Vince said, let's compromise. Let's kill two birds with one stone. Bring those naked women to the ring, and now we got the Godfather. So there we go. Let's kill two birds over here.
Like I said, the WWE to this day is cool with me.
That's awesome.
Or the WWF, or whatever it's called now.
Right.
But they've always been cool with me, man. To this day, I've been on a Legends contract since 2003, and I'm the only wrestler to still be on a Legends contract, meaning they're still doing merchandise of my characters from the Nation of Domination with The Rock, to Kama, to Papa Shango with the Warrior, to Godfather. So it's a blessing, man, and I'm very thankful.
Well, Godfather,
very thankful.
Much. No, and thank you so much for tackling that topic the way that you did as well. Fred Williamson, same topic. I'll read it to our audience very quickly. If you have the ability to lean on history, Fred, for some sage advice in your rich and storied career, can you name a time that you were at a crossroads? And if you were able to somehow call any historical figure so they can impart some advice, who would you call and why? Fred, whenever you're ready, the floor belongs to you.
They're saying I enjoyed each one of their stories. It was very entertaining. But my left shoe is older than all of them. Both of them. My left shoe is older than both of these guys. I'm 87. So my history goes way back, dude, when we weren't even supposed to be alive. Black people weren't even supposed to be alive, man.
No.
And I'm in Gary, Indiana. I can remember being in the 6th grade, and I was the target because I was a good athlete. I was good looking, which I am now. I was fast, quick. So when they played dodgeball in the gym, I was the guy that was always the target because nobody could hit me. So that's where my athletic power came into being. And from that, I went to college, and I'm grown up now. I'm 6'2", 210 pounds. And they made me a tackle at Northwestern. And I'm saying, don't you know who I am? In track, I ran the 100-yard dash. I ran the 220. and I threw the shot put. I was Big Ten shot put champ, along with being 200-meter champ and 100-meter champ, and they make me a tackle. So I can't give my college coach or my pro coach any high accolades for making me be a tackle. Tackle was not my future. So one day, I got drafted by the 49ers. So I go to the 49ers and they give me a red shirt. And I said, okay, what's the red shirt for? It means I'm special? He says, no, son, you're playing defense. Defense? Don't you know who I am? I can catch the ball in my teeth, between my toes. Why do I have to play defense? I said, well, we need defensive players. I said, okay. After about 2 weeks of playing defense, I can't cover anybody. They made a defensive back out of me because I had the speed and I had size, the biggest cornerback ever played the game. I played cornerback at 220, 225. And he said, no, you're going to have to play defense. So I can't cover anybody in practice. I'm falling down. I'm tripping over my feet. I can't cover nobody. He comes to me and he says, son, you're not going to make this team. You disappoint us. So I come back next day. They send a pass receiver out in front of me. It was R.C. Owens, big time offensive player. I got about a yard off of him. I can tell you what he had for breakfast. Coach was a red hickey. Says, goddamn Williamson, get back. He's going to make you look stupid. I said, shut up and hike the ball. So they hiked the ball at RC. He made one move to me. I did that to him, and I knocked him out. Coach Chris, he runs over and says, God damn it, what you doing, Williamson? I said, I covered him. You know, he said, okay. So now I still don't get my position. I'm now playing tackle. I'm playing tackle. My career had no future. I had no way to do the things that I was good at, utilizing my size and my speed. So I had to take my career in my own hands, man. And I asked to be traded, and they traded me to Pittsburgh, and I went to Pittsburgh and became all-pro. Played with the Raiders, became all-pro as a pass receiver, defensive back. I had to take my career in my own hands. I was too far ahead of myself. I was too advanced. Nobody that's 220 pounds or 215 pounds should run 109.6, 9.7, run and be the shot put champ at the same time. Nobody could understand that. I didn't understand it either, but that was my problem. I'm an athlete. Not a football player. I'm not a football player. And I got the name Hammer when I was with 49ers. After I knocked RC on, Red Hickey come over and said, goddamn, what you doing? I said, I covered him. He said, well, stop hammering my players so I can get my offense in. That's how I humble way. I'm better looking than those guys. I'm going to Hollywood and become Dan Kill's boyfriend on the Julia show. I buffalo my way in to see the producer, Hal Cantor. And he says, well, why are you here? I says, you got guys being Dan Kill's boyfriend on the show who should be more masculine to highlight her femininity. He said, okay, we'll try you out. I signed for a 3-year contract after the first show. 3 years as Dan Kill's boyfriend.
Without any representation, you did this too. I want our audience to know it's a great story. You literally were watching the show on TV and you said, yep, I'm better looking than those dudes. I can get that. You played the boyfriend. And then, you know what's funny? And I want to bring this up to our viewers. Before I ask Fred about the historical figure, Robert Altman, who's a legendary director, we're talking about the movie MASH, guys. We're talking about a movie that Fred Williamson was in. He wanted someone to offer sage advice about football, and he leaned on you, Fred.
He knew that I was a football player. He didn't know that I was the Hammer.
Right.
He said, I'll let you bring all the football players in, which I wanted to do. I brought in real football players so we could have real contact. And from that movie MASH, that I transferred from that to Spear Chucker Jones. That was my name in the movie MASH, Spear Chucker Jones. His brother.
Wasn't your character a neurosurgeon? You were a neurosurgeon.
It was only proper that I be intelligent too in the film. In any film, it's only proper that my intelligence show.
Of course.
Yes.
You're a Renaissance man and it should show. Now, how about this, Fred? And you are a Renaissance man who's done it all on a very high level. But if you were able to ask for advice, any historical figure, alive or deceased, early on when you were at a crossroads, because remember this, after football, it's like, okay, what comes next? A lot of times the athlete before they even reach the age of wisdom, the athlete has no direction. They don't know where to go, and that's not their fault because maybe they're not properly prepared. But if you're at this crossroads of life, in this scenario, in this topic, who would you ask to impart some sage advice if you could?
Eric Parsegian was the first. After that, it would be Hank Stram with the Kansas City Chiefs, who believed in what I did and what I accomplished.
Sure.
But there is no one person specifically that totally understood me because I was an athlete and also a good-looking guy who could make usage of his looks too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, 100% there. But also during a time where I don't know, I'm going to say this now because I don't feel like I should hide it. A lot of times people don't know what they want in this world when they say, well, wait a minute, the athlete shouldn't have a platform to stand on regarding social issues, but then we complain when all the athlete does is count their money and run all the way to the bank, right? So which one is it? As a citizen, you have a right, whether you're an athlete or you're a success story or not, to be able to speak about something that your athletes in during that time did so. You think about the Lou Alcindors before he became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, your late friend Jim Brown. You think about what happened to Medgar Evers. You're talking about a time where there was so much civil unrest. I always bring up the story of how it made sense because J. Edgar Hoover's neighbor was, of course, our president. LBJ at the time, Lyndon Baines Johnson, right, who doubled down on Vietnam, who sent more troops to Vietnam because he got the memo that he can't blame his efforts on the military-industrial complex the way that Kennedy did. So there you are. You're up against a visible enemy in your own backyard. You're not up against an enemy somewhere else, Fred. You, my friend, because you experienced it, I only taught this in history. You lived history. You lived history.
But even more than that,
yeah,
I took control. I took control of my career.
He would have had a quota for black entertainers, which is stupid and dumb and wrong, but they had a quota. And there you are, as you said, with your own production company, a leading man who just
had money changes attitude. Money can change an attitude.
And he said, I chose the latter. I used the system and I knew how to make the money. And as long as I could do that, my thoughts and my opinions and what I stand for won't be compromised. Made sense when he broke it down, Fred.
But there's a third choice.
What's that?
There's a third choice. My power in Europe is 10 times bigger than my power in America. Because in America, I'm a black actor. In Europe, I'm an action star. So my films in Europe, Spain, Germany, Italy, Sweden are big there. I'm a bigger star in Europe than I am in America because of the fact that I'm not judged by my color. I'm judged by my performance.
Right. Well said. Well said. And trio of options for Gallagher, more underrated than why? Sauerkraut, Henry Kissinger's deep soothing voice, or dogs wearing sweaters?
I like dogs wearing sweaters.
Do you have fun?
Yeah. I haven't done an interview in 20 years.
Mr. Sizemore, first name Tom. How are you, my friend? I could turn the volume lower if you'd like next time. If you'd like me to do that, Tom, I could do that.
Wow, that was something else. I don't know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
That was terrific, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And you know what? As charming as a guy that you are, man, and as honest as a guy as you are, and as down to earth as a guy as you are, you played a character that isn't so down to earth named Scrooge in college. You played Scrooge, and of course, I feel like a thespian should rely on their instinct. Do you feel like you rely on your instinct a lot as a storyteller as well?
I mean, playing Scrooge at that young an age was, when I think about it now, I only way I could have done it is I was relying on my instincts. You know, I could have done it the other way. Okay.
More underrated than why? Unicycles, Italian men named Skippy, or sophisticated dinosaurs?
What? More sophisticated dinosaurs?
Yeah,
I want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy. I just want to say.
Yes. Yeah. Italian men named Skippy.
I just want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy.
Yeah, something you'll never hear. Yeah. Did you have fun? Did you have a nice time?
I had a great time. It was ball.
Yeah, man.
I want to do it again. This is great. I just think it's going to be, a lot of fun for people. I don't think people like this on the air. I don't think really. No, there isn't. I just think it's going to be I'm very interested in how people respond to it, because I know it's going to be interesting and see if people tune in and stay tuned in, and I really hope they do. And You know, I'm all yours, bro. Let's go out and make this work. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
I teach a workshop, and one of my students finally said about my class about iambic pentameter. He finally said, I got it, and he was excited. And it was both his elation and those 3 words that make it worthwhile, right?
Amen. Amen. You got it. But I think I've got to have equally passionate people involved in the production of it. That passion will override any reservations anybody has as to the show's potential for entertainment or education.
Did you feel as if transitioning to the stage and performing live theater was a natural fit for you?
Yes, I did. I always felt very comfortable on stage, more so on stage than I did in film or television. So I'm looking forward to you, Avi, giving me your thoughts and your input, because as I told you, that piece that you sent me is, I love good writing, and I think
Thank you,
that's been
sir.
my career. And this is a beautiful piece of writing, as I said. I'm referring to the piece that you wrote me. You're onto something because you're a writer. You're a creative force, and I want to hook up.
Thank you so much for those kind words, guys. Thank you for being you, my friend. I appreciate you and respect you wholeheartedly.
And that goes double for me to you, Avi.
This is my pop in heaven. Rest in peace, Pop. Lost you a year ago. Feel like you're here with us now, watching and having a good time, meeting Fred and Serch and Godfather, Charles Wright. So thank you, Pop, for being here too. And thank you guys for watching that. That means a lot to me that you were watching people that meant a lot to me. And thank you so much for doing that. I say thank you a lot. I feel like that's the 2 words I want to say a lot in this world are thank you. Can I ask you a quick question before topic number 2? If there are people that you talk to that are no longer here physically in the physical realm, would you be kind enough to share who some of those people are that you still talk to, maybe on a day-to-day basis?
The guys that I talk to, I just recently lost, like Jim Brown.
Sure.
Richard Roundtree.
Sure.
Jim Kelly. Bernie Casey. Wow. These are the guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand. You were men that became friends and shared the same journey and the path that you did. Charles and Serch, anyone you guys talk to on a daily basis that's no longer in this physical realm?
Serch, go ahead, Serch.
First, love and light on their memory always, Fred. You know, we're on that back 9 of this time. So, you know, I find that so for me, I have a pretty structured morning. If I'm lucky enough to see the morning, my left foot hits the ground, it says thank. My right foot hits the ground, it says you. Get on my knees, say my prayer. Ask my higher power for the opportunity to be of service.
Sure.
But more time than not, I find myself speaking to my dad a lot, my mom and dad. I lost my dad April 11, 2021.
I'm sorry.
Lost my mother October 2014. They were kind of like old school Brooklyn people. Their love language was yelling at each other.
Yeah.
You know, that was their love language. So I hear my father a lot when I have a question in my head, and he'll go, Michael, what do you want me to do about it? What do you just figure it out? That was my dad's answer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it makes sense to me now. You know what I'm saying? Because now that he's gone, I can't have any deeper conversation with him. Right?
MC Serch, can you be closer? Can a person be closer, you think at least, to their parents once they've left this realm? Is that possible to be closer to them once they've left?
Oh, yeah, because now they're perfect. When they were here, they were imperfect. They were like us, right? They were just my mom and dad, and I love my father, but my mother and father were the kind of people that their training for taking care of kids was to beat us and to hit us with syllables. My dad would hit me in syllables and loved run-on sentences. Michael, don't do but that's all they knew, right?
Sure.
So they were imperfect. So now they're perfect. They always say the right thing. They show up always at the right time.
We weed out the bad and we
they're
remember
always
the good.
imparting the right wisdom.
That's right.
They're never interrupting while I'm having sex. Like they're perfect.
I would hope not. I would hope not. That last
We
part, I
all
would
know
hope
the
not.
phone call. Stop it.
Yeah, no.
All of us
Okay,
are
well, hold on a
grown-ass
second.
men.
Wait a minute, hold on. You're from Farwalk. I want to break this down because you know this. I may appear to be youthful, not as youthful as you guys. You guys found the fountain of youth. But I want to say this for a second. I remember back in the day, and maybe Charles and Fred can appreciate this because they were ladies men as well. Back in the day at like maybe midnight or 1 a.m., Cheryl, Michelle, Stephanie, all three gals that I was dating. One knew that I was dating the other two. The other two were oblivious. Anyway, the point is I'm 16 years old living in Elmhurst, Queens, not far from Sunnyside. I'm living there, and my pop and my mom are asleep. And this is back in the day before, like, it was actually, cell phones. So I had a phone. And in order to not get a call at 1 a.m. and wake up my pop and my mom, I called 777 Film because I knew the call waiting was still an option and nobody would be the wiser. So when the gals were calling me on the other line, there would be no ringtone. And that 777 Film, I swear I probably memorized every film from like 1988 to 1994. It was insane how I did that. And I got to tell you this as well. The tricks of the trade, I think, is what made people grow up faster. We had to survive in order to thrive. We had to survive in order to find out what our calling is, and we had no choice. We had to figure out those little tricks, right, Charles? Fred, Serch?
Yeah. Sir, there's a flaw in your plan.
Now you know why.
We had no cell phones, so we didn't have
Thank goodness for that.
Right.
Thank goodness your boy had no social when I was running the streets.
No cell phones. No, but then you can't really accomplish anything. You have to think about this. There's no hustle and grind if you have to rewind and go to a device that keeps you from achieving your goals a lot of times. So, like, a lot of people today are like, I'm hustling, but you're on your device. And I get you can hustle on your device. You could do so much when it comes to social media. But how many times do we negate our own progress because we're not actually interacting with people? We're not shaking hands with people, right?
The device was a clock. The device was a clock.
Was a clock.
Be home by midnight. That was that was a device.
That was a device. Now, Charles and Fred didn't have to resort to those tactics, Serch, because I think when the gals took a look at them, they're like, they don't have to do anything. There's no gimmick needed. We want them.
The device the other device was the street light. Be home by the time the street lights was on.
Yeah, that's right.
Boy, I remember that. I remember that.
OG shit.
I remember my parents.
Some OG shit going on right now.
When the lights come on, you better bring your ass inside.
Better bring your ass home.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And by the way, guys, right now, before we delve into topic number 2, I play this very quick and brief fun game with everybody on here. Everybody, again, guys and gals, who's part of the Celebrity Network. This is a game called I'd Pay. And I'm going to give you guys a trio of options, and you'll let me know which one you would pay to see and why. And yeah, you have to select one. And yeah, you got to give me the whys. So here we go, guys and gals. I'm going to start with Charles first. Charles, if you could pay for one of the following, which would it be and why? To view Rocky Balboa as a neurosurgeon, Seinfeld as a correctional officer, or Rambo as a talk show host?
It would have to be the first one, man.
Rocky is a neurosurgeon.
Yeah, man. I mean, at least that'd be interesting. It'd be a stretch. I mean, from everything that he's done, and I ain't mad at him because, like I said, bro, I got into wrestling because of one of his movies, which
one?
secured my
yeah, right.
So it would be that.
But you have to admit, though, Charles, if this is one time he doesn't need Mickey in the room with him, right? Like Mickey.
Did you mention, hey, right now we're going to open you up. Don't worry about it, baby. We're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. I don't know if that was more Rodney Dangerfield or Rocky, but.
Yeah, we don't need Mickey giving a motivational speech in that damn room.
Hey,
I'm going to kick it over.
Don't worry. You can get through it. Come on, Rock.
Yeah, get out of there, Mickey. I got to cut this guy. Come on, Mickey. Serch is going to get the same options. Rocky Balboa is a neurosurgeon. Seinfeld is a correctional officer. Or Rambo, the talk show host.
Just from the strict background, I'm going to go Jerry Seinfeld as the CO.
Why?
I think him and Larry David would create some storylines of like conversations him having with inmates.
Yeah.
Joe Davola is the crazy clown.
Crazy Joe Davola. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the second one. Also, shout out to my man, Jerry Seinfeld, member of the tribe. Let's go.
Okay, so let me ask you this, though. He might get shanked, though, right? because he might tell jokes that are inappropriate. So, options for you to play. Who would you pick and why of the following? Rocky Balboa is a neurosurgeon, Seinfeld is a correctional officer, or Rambo the talk show host?
Rocky Balboa.
Neurosurgeon. Okay.
Well, he's convincing.
I like Mickey as the co-surgeon, though.
My turn. He's convincing. You see what I'm saying, baby? Look at. It ain't gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna make sure it don't hurt a little bit. I'm just gonna do a little cut here. Don't even worry about it. You know, that's Rocky.
That's actually a good Rocky. We got a couple of more, and then we finish topic number 2. We'll start with MC Serch for topic number 2. Charles, if you had to pay for the following, which would it be and why? Hannibal Lecter is a cast member of 90210, Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, or Conan the Librarian?
Oh, that's thrown to me, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, Conan the Barbarian is a librarian. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to be late on grapes of wrath. Conan is your librarian.
Everything sounds like either I don't know. I could imagine that, you know. So, you know, come on, a librarian, the muscles, and
yeah.
So, what book you looking for?
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with. I wouldn't be late. Speaking of Seinfeld, right? Bookman and the whole episode. You got to watch it about that whole late. Anyway, Serch, same options for you. Which would you pay for to see and why? Hannibal Lecter is a regular cast member of 90210, Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, or Conan the Librarian?
Is it Conan, like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Conan?
Yeah,
it could be. Yeah, sure.
Like, you want to be like
yes,
the Shakespeare. You must be.
You're
very
casting it. Yeah,
impressed
you're
with
casting.
yourself.
Yes.
No, Conan the Barbarian is a librarian. Yeah. Like, yeah, absolutely. But you want to read Faust, you must be very impressed with yourself. As long as everything you take out, you want to understand the
right.
decimal system, you must be very impressed with yourself. As long as you can end every sentence with you must be very impressed with yourself, yeah, I'm in that all day.
By the way, you guys are now
Charles, well played on that one.
Well, 3 for 3. 2 days ago on the phone, Sugar Ray played this game. Sugar Ray Leonard, Conan Librarian, he said, writes itself. It writes itself. It's a full feature. Like Serch said, take out your popcorn and get ready for that adventure. Fred Williamson, options for you as well. We got one more after this, and we're finishing up with topic number 2. We have Hannibal Lecter as a cast member of 90210, Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, or Conan the Librarian?
Big Bertha on my side, on my team. You know, take care of this lightweight over here. This dude is bothering me. You take care of that. I'm gonna fix you up, baby. All right.
Big Bird.
That's the most gangster thing I ever heard in my life.
100%.
It is what it is, dog. I be what I be.
I love
Fred,
that.
And Fred, you know that Big Bird ran the streets of Sesame, right?
Yeah, right. He did.
Ran the streets of Sesame. So.
Big Bird was 8 feet tall. Big Bird was running shit.
Yeah.
Fred? What kind of arsenal is Big Bird carrying with him? I'm just curious.
That's a good question, actually.
What ratchet does he have with him?
Good question.
In Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, executive produced by Fred the Hammer Williamson.
A choke necklace that they can choke people with, and you never know what the weapon was.
Now, Charles, if Big Bird the Bounty Hunter is coming into your club, Cheetah, let's say, does he get comped? Does he have that swag? Would he be like a guy?
You know what? Big Bird is hooked up, baby. He's got bottle service. He's got girls in his lap.
I like it.
We're styling and profiling, man. Come on, Big Bird. With his big 8 foot tall ass, we got him covered, bro. We might even put him on the DJ booth. Let him do a little DJ.
I want to expand the game. This is a writer's room right now. Charles, if you had to pay for the following, which would you pay for and why? Darth Vader as a wedding planner, Godzilla as a massage therapist, or Freddy Krueger, the personal trainer?
Freddy Krueger, the personal trainer. Come on, man. Just to make it through that, you'd be on top of shit. I mean, if you made it through a workout with Freddy Krueger, man, you can make it through anything. Come on.
Charles, no wrist curls though, right? Because he got
no. You got no spotting. You ain't spotting me doing shit. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it, man. But no spotting, no covering, no, man, no. We ain't doing none of that.
I like that answer, Mr. MC Serch. We have Darth Vader, the wedding planner, Godzilla, the massage therapist, or Freddy Krueger, the personal trainer.
So I am the biggest Star Wars person on planet Earth, and just to think that Darth Vader would even be willing to do my wedding is outstanding. But just thinking of Darth Vader as James Earl Jones, may rest in peace,
right? Yeah.
Being behind the Darth,
that would be incredible. Yeah,
go with the black and silver combination.
More fish tacos. I like that. Darth Vader is the wedding planner. There we go.
Beef for that.
I got to tell you a story, Serch. You might like
film.
this. You're Star. That is a feature film. You're a Star Wars fan. The first person I ever wrote for in Lionsgate was Carl Reiner, the senior, not Rob Reiner. Fred, you might have crossed paths with Carl, the father. Fun.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, legend, right? Fred.
Yeah.
Team with
Most
Mel
definitely.
Brooks. Yeah, back in the day. And I'm thinking, what the hell is an idiot like me writing for Carl Reiner at age 22 back in the day? And I'm in a writer's room with Carl Reiner. And somebody said, hey, I got an idea for you. I want to pitch this to you. And he's like, okay, great. I got a monologue. The guy proceeds to deliver a soliloquy instead. And I whispered, that's a soliloquy, not a monologue, like whatever. So he's like, what did you say? And I felt like I was in school again. I go, that wasn't what you asked for. He goes, okay, well, you know what? Why don't you deliver me one as well? And I swear I did it as Darth Vader. And he looked at me for what seemed like 25 minutes, and he goes, you're lucky I like James Earl Jones, and you're even luckier I like Darth Vader.
Outstanding.
Carl Reiner, man, he made me pee in my pants. Guys, again, final topic, but I got to throw this one because it's got the Goodfellas audio cast. Which would you pay for to see and why? Godfather. Beetlejuice is a runway model. Cast of Goodfellas as studios, audience members on Jerry Springer, or Jason from Friday the 13th as an ice skate.
I'm going to go first.
It's harder. Come on now.
Unanimous here.
Hey,
dude.
I'm gonna go with the one I remember, Jason.
Jason, it's an ice skater.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on. I mean, if I'm gonna pick one, I go Jason. I can see him going around the track and people getting off the course and be like, "Hey!" But I can see him having a little rhythm, man, and maybe breaking some shit down that you've never seen before. I don't know. Jason might surprise you.
He might.
Jason might get out there and be like, start pop locking and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason all the way, dog. Jason
Unintentional murders, maybe even when he's trying to ice skate, he's still holding a machete. So unfortunately, you're gonna get it if he's not.
Yeah, but I mean, people are respecting the shit. I mean, I gotta stop cussing. People are respecting his stuff though, man, because he's.
I like that.
Go on, Serch. Serch, you want to say something?
Godfather, do you agree though? Do you agree the wardrobe should have changed by part 3 though? It's like it's so passe. He was wearing the same thing every.
But what are you looking for? What you want? Some skulls on the shit? What are you looking for?
You need to be revamped.
You looking at blood? I mean,
no.
He wants Jason. I mean, Freddy Krueger never changed his outfit.
No, that's true. He actually had the same outfit on. You're right.
He wasn't wearing Von Dutch. Listen, can I just say one? While I totally respect these two distinguished gentlemen, if you're telling me for 1 second y'all motherfuckers don't want to watch the dudes from Goodfellas at Jerry Springer, come on now, stop it. Henry Hill, Joe Pesci.
Hey, wait. Serch, I'm sorry, but I'm a West Coast boy. We weren't real big Jerry Springer fans, man.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay.
So I'm not familiar. Nothing against them. What I have seen has been good shit, but we weren't really watching Jerry Springer. And I know Fred wasn't watching Jerry Springer.
Hold on. It's not even about Jerry Springer. Are you guys
not Springer? I'm sorry. I smoke a lot of weed.
Are you guys not fans of Goodfellas? Is that what y'all telling me?
No, I'm a fan of Goodfellas. No.
Is Goodfellas not in your top 5 greatest movies of all time, Fred?
No, not my top 5.
Not in my top 5.
Oh, okay.
No. It's not even my favorite Scorsese movie.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I got
not my favorite Scorsese.
Now we're going left. But
Mean
anyway,
Streets. Okay.
Again, for me, my
I
perspective,
like that choice. That's a good choice.
I grew up with those kids. All of those kids were in Rochdale, Rosedale, where I grew up in Far Rockaway.
Same here.
Queens.
Yes.
That was that everything that happened in that movie was on my block.
Right. I understand.
So like those guys were not only heroes in our hood, now they got a movie about them. They were heroes on the big screen. And Ray Liotta is playing Henry Hill. Like
the legend of Nigga Charlie, dude. The legend of Nigga Charlie.
So all I'm saying is to think about my boys or think about Goodfellas and watching them in Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just
I meant Steinfeld. I didn't mean to say Springer. I meant Seinfeld. I didn't mean to say Springer. I didn't mean to say Springer. I was Seinfeld.
Gotcha. Yeah, so but I gotta admit though, if it's the whole cast of Goodfellas, you got Karen in there too. Karen's throwing stuff. So yeah, I mean, I get it.
Great.
Do you remember Do you remember that
Lorraine
NBC
Bracco.
tried to do like an LA version of Seinfeld?
They did.
With what was the woman's name from Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner?
Yeah,
the dancing movie,
from, Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze. What was the woman's name?
Jennifer. I forget her last name.
Jennifer, whatever. And then her career went sideways because she had a nose job and
She
nobody
got the nose job.
recognized
Nobody remembered her. They didn't recognize her. Yes,
Right.
that's right.
There was like a West Coast version because of what Charles said. They were like, oh, nobody could identify with Seinfeld. It's too New York. So they tried to do a West Coast. It was horrible. Yo, that show lasted like 5 episodes. It was horrible. The most famous episode was all of them getting caught in the apartment watching the OJ, the Bronco. Like
the car chase,
and that was supposed to be
94.
their like Chinese restaurant like episode. And I'm
They're
like,
waiting the whole time to get served at a Chinese restaurant.
yeah, it was the best episode ever.
Easily.
And I'm like watching this show with Jennifer, and I'm like, yo, this is the corniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't even understand this.
But I can't.
So now what Charles just said, now I understand.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Because forever, I couldn't understand why guys in the West Coast were like, we didn't live like that. I didn't understand Jerry Seinfeld.
No.
Yeah, I got you.
That's crazy to me. Thank you. That's crazy.
But what I've seen has been great shows. It's just we didn't relate to that on the West Coast.
I didn't understand why.
But
I
now
don't
it just
understand
makes
Charles.
sense. For the first time in my life, I'm like, oh, now
I don't understand how Donald Sterling had an NBA team in LA, but that's me. That's the Clippers. That's the 80s. Fred, I'm going to ask you the same question. Who would you pay for to see live the following that I presented to MC Serch and Godfather? We have cast of Goodfellas as studio audience members on Jerry Springer, Beetlejuice, the runway model, or Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th as a professional ice skater.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is a runway model. Okay. Yeah. Good choice.
Beetlejuice.
Good choice.
All right. Because it's just as fake and funny as the rest of the movie, so why not go with that? You know?
Well, guys and gals,
say his name one more time, he's going to appear.
There's nothing, Beetlejuice. There's nothing less inspirational, guys and gals, than people that don't strive to help others. And these gentlemen have done that. That's why we're talking about inspiring the eras as we conclude this broadcast. It's our final topic. MC Serch will go first. And MC Serch, once he's done, I've got, yes, I'm going to use the word again, brief tribute video that I put together for MC Serch. Sort of like a This Is Your Life for MC Serch. I hope he enjoys it. But I'm going to read this topic out to Serch as he kicks this last topic off. If you could select one career highlight of yours that you could share with people from a bygone era, which career highlight would you select and why? And which era would you select and why? Whenever you're ready, Serch, the floor belongs to you.
Well, first, I want to say, Fred, you have no idea what you mean to me and what your films have meant to me. Me and my boys growing up in Redfern Projects in Far Rockaway, Queens. So just thank you, and Charles, and just, you know, I'm just a kid from Queens, and both of you, your impacts on me, you know, regardless of music and my career, just so thank you both. And I want to just, all joking aside, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about this question a lot because I recently was able to visit Newport, Rhode Island, and get to see Marble House and get to see where John Adams lived and where his block was intersected, where it was like literally John Adams, the Joachim Assad, Rothschild, Jefferson, and literally these beautiful homes that literally carved the American Industrial Revolution after the American Revolution. Like, these men literally developed systems, economic systems that we still utilize, whether we use them right or wrong. And I was moved by the beauty. I was moved by the majesty of where that was. Politics aside, physical abuse and slavery aside, just the industrial side, just the conversations about railroad, tobacco, you know, just that. And if I could take the things that I learned from Chuck D, I was on tour with Chuck in Public Enemy. I'll never forget this. and we were in Switzerland, and we encountered counterfeiters who were selling their goods illegally. And they had an entire book with them that had all the governing rights. So if they ever got pulled over for whatever reason, they knew all their rules and regulations. And Chuck taught me so much about understanding what it meant to have the odds against you and to come out ahead by just being well versed, being well understood, and also understanding what you're up against. If I could take the golden era of hip hop from 1988 and 1993 and impart what I learned during that era and bring that to the Industrial Revolution, the John Adams, the Jeffersons, the Rothschilds, the Marquis de Sade's, and say, hey, if we can devise a system of true equality, of true education based on what I've witnessed firsthand as a white Jewish kid from Far Rockaway, Queens, and take that and bring that there, I gotta believe things would have looked a little different. So that's me, and thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me to share that. I was thinking a lot about that, and that's what I came up with.
Thank you as well. You're taking it all the way back. Yeah, I really believe that. I believe that our human ability to connect with people is a choice. It really still, and that defines any era. I don't care when people say old school, new school, right school, wrong school. That's a choice you make. You can make a choice to listen to people and to connect to people if you want. It's really up to you. And I thought you went really deep there, especially bringing it back. This is to Mr. Charles Wright and Mr. Fred Williamson. Gentlemen, I have your final topic as well coming up right now. I do want to play MC Serch's tribute video before he departs. And then I have tribute videos for you as well. Topic next, guys and gals and pals. They are tackling this topic next. MC Serch, trip down memory lane. I hope you enjoy this from me to you. From me to you, man. It was a pleasure editing that for you back there and putting it together. I believe that photo of your mom was before she performed at LQ at Latin Quarters, if I'm not mistaken, which is amazing.
That's right. It was a couple of years after. Appreciate you, man. That was beautiful.
I appreciate you,
sir.
Serch. You had a nice time, Serch?
It was amazing. I appreciate it. Show's crazy. All I want to know is, when is it next so I can win these 15 racks and go to Greece? Because if I lose, then the fix is in. That's all I'm saying.
Serch,
all I'm saying. Don't make me turn the hat backwards on you.
I would say keep it real, but that's all you do, my friend. I hope you have a great rest of the evening.
You too. You have a better one, man. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir. MC Serch, guys and gals and pals. Thank you for joining us. I want to bring in Mr. Charles Wright, and I want to bring in Mr. Fred Williamson back for their topics. But yeah, MC Serch, thank you for being here. We appreciate your time. Appreciate the time you carved out for this, for the celebrity tournament. And once again, Progresso Soup, thank you guys for doing what you're doing. Some chicken noodle soup here, guys. It's the right time for that. We have 4 cans over here, which means I'm not going to eat any. But guys and gals and pals, I know that you will. And please remember, we have live events as well where we're going to be giving some of this stuff out for free. I'd rather be sappy than cynical. So let me remind you, don't wait for a Thanksgiving or a Christmas to help your neighbor or those less fortunate. Go to a church, meet some people there that are struggling right now, and make some friends. And maybe you could buy a couple of cans, nothing too expensive if you can't afford it, but go meet some people and shake some hands, and you never know if you might make some new friends. So give them your happiness. Even if you don't have it, maybe they need it. Think about that. Mr. Fred Williamson, Mr. Charles Wright, I'm going to kick it over right now to Mr. Fred Williamson, the Hammer, with the same topic. I'll read it to our audience. Fred, if you could select one career highlight of yours that you could share with people from a bygone era, which career highlight would you select and why? And which era would you select and why? Whenever you're ready, the floor belongs to you. Good, sir.
Well, I believe in the business of the business. That way you can help other people. And I became a producer and a director and writing my own shows so I could work with guys that I respect, like Jim Brown and Jim Kelly and Roundtree and these guys that are no longer with us. I made movies to put them in, or other struggling Black actors, without being specifically Black in a film. Most of my films were colorless unless I tried to define and shock you and call my movie Nigga Charlie. But while you were wondering what the hell this movie was about, you were buying tickets. You lined up outside the theater buying tickets, wondering what this movie was about. So my understanding of being a success is to reach out and help struggling other actors, especially Black actors who have talent, have never had a chance to express their talent. And that's what I do now, and that's what I will probably continue to do.
I say this from the heart. I don't say things unless I mean them, but I love your passion. And it seems like it's never wavered. It seems like it's never been compromised by anything you believe in. I love getting to know you and Linda, your amazing wife, the last month or so. And I love knowing that you're the same person off camera as you are on camera. And of course, I'm still going to say that to Fred, because if I said anything else, he would kick my ass. We know that. That's number one. So, in many different ways, Charles. But I also want to say that I value our friendship really quickly. The way that we've been able to communicate has meant a lot to me. And Fred, I kind of echo those sentiments that MC Serch said. You were also someone that inspired me when I didn't know what the hell I was going to do in my life. And I left at 17 without a plan. I didn't have one. I didn't have any grandiose plan. I didn't even have a dog to help me out, Fred, during tough times. But,
don't call him a dog unless you spell it D-A-W-G.
Okay. I'm learning. But thanks for motivating others. And guys, I have a video for Fred, but before I actually play this video for Fred, I really want to hear what Charles has to say, because guys and gals and pals, we run in the same circles, and everybody said the same thing. I opened up the show saying what I'm going to say now. You're a delightful person, man. And why do we have to, people say living tributes, right? Why do we have to wait till someone dies to honor them? Like, why do we have to wait till someone's no longer here to play like some of these videos that I put together for you and Fred and MC Serch? Charles, your story to me is a full feature film. It's had twists and turns, but you never come across as bitter. You always come across as positive. And even when I'm having a shitty day, I realize that if a Charles Wright is in the room, I could probably have a smile on my face because you do. So thank you again for being here. It means a lot to me, my friend.
Yes.
Really. Same topic for Charles. If you could select one career highlight of yours that you could share with people from a bygone era, which highlight would you select and why? And which era would you select and why? Good friend, the floor belongs to you.
It would be the Attitude Era, because I had been through so many different changes in wrestling, from being a voodoo man to a militant to, an ultimate fighter. And regardless if I was a pimp or not, it was just fun to get out there and be myself. And I give all that credit to my wife, because I was in the Nation of Domination, and they weren't really doing much with me. The Rock had started movies, and Mark Henry and D'Lo were tagging up, but they weren't doing nothing with me. And so I was having the time of my life, and my wife decided, if we could do something to show your personality and just the real you at this point in your life, we're going to be all right. So she came up with that gimmick. And that time of my life, man, it just, the end of my career in the WWE, or at the time, it was so enjoyable, man, and to enlighten so many people, even back as Papa Shango, but to have people today going, you have no idea that we were in college, and every night we were just waiting for you to come on TV. And we were in high school, and unfortunately we got suspended for saying we're going to put you on the whole train. But that was a turning point in my life, because it took me from this mean biker mentality that I used to have to just being a nice, settled guy. And before I go any further, I'm MC Serch. I respect you, bro. It's so cool that you weren't just the white dude. You were in with the bros, man, and you were part of the game. And Fred Williamson, hey, you have no idea how much respect that I have for you, man. I grew up in the 70s, bro, and you were my hero. And I was at a signing with you, and you and your wife, and I was there as one day as Godfather, one day as Papa Shango, and you have no idea how I was fanning out, taking pictures, and you going, no, that's the hammer, man. You don't have no idea, man. And I don't know if you know that or not, but I just have nothing but respect for you, bro. I remember I'm sorry.
I remember being there with you.
Yes. You have no idea how much of a fan, and people are taking autographs with me, and I'm like, screw me. You know who that is over there? Do you know? That's the hammer, man. That's the hammer. And such a big part of my life. God bless you, bro, and thank you. But that was a turning point in my life, because it made me a better person, and it made my wife more involved with my life. And three people that I want to thank is Jack Gallardi, who was, when I started in the 80s working in strip clubs, he was the Italian guy, took a liking to me when he died, and just gave me nothing but advice in business, in wrestling, in life. And when he died, he left me a part of the club, and then I bought some of the club. But him, Vince McMahon, who was when I was hanging out with Vince McMahon, that was before social media and cell phones and laptops. They just came out with beepers, and that's back when me, Vince, and Undertaker used to hit the clubs and have some fun. That man taught me a lot. And then my friend, the Undertaker, who is not just my bro, man. He's blood. And we've been through 3 marriages, 2 divorces. Now we're both married to great people. Screw wrestling, man. We've been through life together, and I thank that brother a lot. And Vince and Jack, and God bless them all. I wish Jack was still here to give me advice, but Jack, I'm doing okay, bro. I'm doing okay. So nothing but love for everybody. Like I said, Fred, screw me. Dude, you're my hero.
Charles, didn't I tell you on the phone, Charles, that Fred remembers that occasion? I told you he remembered it. I told you he did.
Yeah, dude. Fred, you have no idea how much I call it mark out, fan out. I mean, I was taking pictures of you just talking. I'm like, he has no idea how much of a fan of mine he is.
Well, you know what? I'm going to honor Fred right now, because I have a surprise. There's someone else who's a dear friend of mine backstage who knows Charles pretty well, guys and gals. My friend, he's been about a very close friend of mine for 10 years now, outside of all of this. And I got to tell you guys and gals and pals, we heard that Charles Wright is from the Bay. I'm about to make his day by bringing in yet a fellow Hall of Famer, the one and only Stevie Ray. Stevie, welcome, my friend.
What's going on, man? What's going on, guys?
Been watching the show, man. What's up, Charles? What's up,
Man, you
Hammer?
know me. I gotta explain. I don't gotta explain my actions to you.
Not at all. Man, I'm sitting here just watching and listening to you guys. Man, you guys are doing a great job listening to those stories, especially from you, Charles. He said he got into clubs in '87. I got into clubs in '77.
No, you didn't.
I was in high school.
Okay, all right. Now I'm older than you, so watch yourself. I'm older than you.
Actually, not.
You guys both you guys are children, man. Both of them. I got both of you beat. So come on.
But the Hammer, man, you know, when I heard a few weeks ago that you was going to be on the show, I was like, dog, you got to get me on with the Hammer, man. Come on, brother. I had to educate people. Charles, you don't believe this, but I had to educate people about the Hammer.
Okay.
See, I didn't learn things about the Hammer by watching him on television. When I was in high school, I used to go to the library, okay, to read about my past and people from the past in football, in baseball, in basketball, in track and field. I didn't even know. Coming up watching, I don't want to be long-winded, but coming up watching the Hammer in the movies, that's when we all thought he was just a movie star. And when I heard Hammer played football for the Kansas City Chiefs
and the Raiders,
right? But I'm like
Super Bowl,
right?
one.
And then I seen the films. I was like, "Why it's true?" Okay, but I'm like, "Wait a minute, the Hammer got white shoes on." The Hammer had white shoes on, man.
Way before Billy White shoes.
Way before Joe
Way
Namath.
before.
Way before Joe Namath.
Way before.
Yes, sir.
Joe Namath came up.
Not
in,
many
I think,
people know this, but
65.
the Hammer's white shoes
The
are in
Hammer
the Hall
had the
of Fame.
white shoes on before 65.
His shoes are in the Hall of Fame, Stevie.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And back when me, my brother, and Sherry, Godfather, you remember when we was tagging?
Yes, I do.
As Harlem Heat. And
Yes,
when
I
we
do.
did interviews, guess what we called ourselves? Three the hard way.
Oh, come on. Three the hard. Come on.
We would all, people.
One of my top
people
five
never knew.
movies is Three the Hard Way.
Yeah, exactly. People never knew why. Well, we was in Atlanta, brother. I was trying to keep my job.
Stevie, I'm gonna let you hang out here for one more minute, but I want to say this. I'm gonna play Charles's tribute video, and then Fred, if you want to chop it up with Fred, feel free, because guys, Fred, straight from the heart, man. Stevie's always telling me, man, if I get a chance to be on with the Hammer, well, you're here with the Hammer. Stevie, my friend, you've been on the show a ton, man. You always have a good time when you're on here, Stevie.
Oh yeah. These guys just don't know what they're missing, man. They just don't know. It's nothing like this show anywhere that challenges your knowledge, that, you know, you make good friends with people. You see how other people outlook on certain things, and especially how Avi pretty curtails these questions. Right. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And I've been knowing the dude for a long time.
10 years I
But go ahead, but I call him the professor. Y'all call him Avi. I call him the professor.
I call you the scholar. That'll always holler. Guys and gals and pals, it's Stevie Ray. And I want to say this too again. I want to bring the best out of people, because sometimes people don't know how impactful they've been. And I want to do that through this show while still cutting it up and having a good time and having some laughs, because I don't know if you guys had a good day. I don't know if somebody told you today, hey, man, you brought the best out of me. I don't know if that happened. We always expect all the celebrities and luminaries to receive roses and praise, but you guys are human beings. And being in the studio system for almost 30 years, I'm not starstruck by people. I'm awestruck by people.
Well, we expose a lot to each other that we don't expose outside of each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys are able to kind of fit my MO so well, because you guys are positively positive, and I appreciate that. I'm going to play a video for Charles down memory lane. Maybe I'll embarrass him with some old photos that I got. Who knows? When he was a kid, when he was a young kid.
I love old photos.
I can't wait. I hope you guys. I hope you guys some from Global.
Oh,
Global,
stop it.
Global Wrestling
Stop it.
Federation. Okay. Stevie Ray, hang out backstage for a sec. Fred, hang out backstage. I got a tribute video for you as well. Mr. Stevie Ray. And, well, I'm sorry. Charles, anything you'd like to tell Fred or Stevie before you depart, my friend?
Man, hey, respect and love both of you brothers, man. Keep doing your
You
thing.
too, bro. You too, brother.
Thank you, Stevie. Stevie, don't go anywhere. Fred, don't go anywhere. I got a video for you too. You deserve to see it. Charles, trip down memory lane, my friend, from me to you. Yeah. There we go. There we go. 8th grade. Wow. Dunk it. Ooh. Football days. There we go.
That's my high school coach.
Told you. I dig the cowboy hat.
That's my mom.
Rest her soul. Bob Orton. Mark Calloway.
Oh, look at that. That's my high school coach.
Oh, wow. I know you play drums. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
My man Rodney.
Sir.
BSK. Dude.
I see
The
Jim.
title, baby. It's Pippin Amy.
You wore well, man.
Oh, man, that's great.
Tag team champion.
Nation, baby.
Main event.
Boy, look at that, man.
Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
There we go.
Pippin Amy. That's my boy there. That's my father.
God bless him.
He's still alive. My mom's passed, but my dad's still alive.
Bless her soul always. Family's what it's all about.
That's my beautiful wife, Denise. Yes.
Yeah, you deserve that, my friend. You really do.
Oh, that's wonderful, man.
Me to you,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Charles,
Thank
you've
you.
done a ton of these, my friend. Did you have a nice time?
Had a great time. Man, thank you, man. Nothing but love, Bobby. Nothing but love.
Likewise. Thank you, Charles. I'll get in touch with you soon tomorrow, my friend. You're a class act. Mr. Fred Williamson, thank you so much, Charles. And Mr. Stevie Ray, back on screen together. Man, oh man, Stevie and Fred. Fred, I put together a tribute video for you as well. And I got to tell you, I don't tear a lot, but I teared a lot when I put this together because I was reliving my childhood. Stevie, you can understand what I'm saying. You could get that, right?
Oh,
I mean,
brother.
yeah.
All right, man. The Hammer, man. The Hammer story is like no other story in the history of Hollywood. What kind of person, straight off the corner, man, walk into somebody's office and say, "Hey, look, dog, I'm your guy." I'm your really, you know. Okay, and the rest is history.
You got two choices: yes or no.
Oh, and the rest is history. I mean, I would love to be a fly on the wall when the guy walks in. Yeah, can I help you, brother?
Man, oh man, guys, you're gonna see Fred again here. I spoke to Linda, Stevie. I spoke to Linda, and of course, Fred. We're gonna see you again, my friend, real soon, regardless of the outcome of this celebrity tournament match. But Steve, I'm gonna put you backstage for a moment, play the tribute video, and then bring you right back again.
Okay, cool, brother, cool.
Mr. Stevie Ray, guys and gals and pals. Again, we talk about Fred Williamson a lot, and of course, only positively, only positive thoughts. This is for me to you, my friend. Thank you for your service, Fred.
Thank you.
Johnny Barrows.
That's Tree.
Yes, sir.
And Kathleen Bradley.
God rest his soul. Give you God. Wow.
Okay.
Keitel, George Clooney, Tom Savini from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yep.
Tarantino.
Oh, a bad day. Bad day, dude. Real.
MASH. The Pterodon. Around.
Look at my buddy.
Yes, sir. Gary Busey over there. Vanity.
Hammer.
Yes, sir. Van Greer, Jim Brown. Yeah. Legends.
Shot down in Gary, Indiana.
Michael J. White.
Michael J. White.
Another legend. Yes, sir. I love this photo. It's my favorite. I appreciate you a lot, my friend. I really do, and I hope you I hope you allow you totally deserve it. And you know what? I'm gonna muster up the courage right now to ask Fred Williamson this, because Fred Williamson, guys and gals and pals, he don't play around. So I'm gonna muster up this question and ask him this right now. Fred Williamson, my friend, did you ever consider sharing that Fountain of Youth with me? I need the Fountain of Youth. You got it. You got the Fountain of Youth. I need it.
I'm going to give you the secret. I'm going to give you the secret.
Please.
Only eat black jelly beans. Don't eat the white ones. They glue you up.
I'm going to take your advice. Fred, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go backstage, and I'm going to have Stevie say anything he wants to Fred Williamson with me backstage, because Stevie, of course, is a huge fan of yours. Stevie's a Hall of Famer as well. Fred, did you have a nice time tonight, my friend?
I had a great time, man.
Williamson.
First for Fred. Oh, brother. Fred, I just want to tell you this, man. You was a part of my childhood, brother. In more ways than you think. And I think a lot of people that came up in the 70s, like I did, say the same thing, brother. You guys are so inspirational as giving us that kind of confidence to be the men we wanted to be, and don't even think about the outcome. Just go get it. Because the Fred Williamson and the Jim Browns of the world and the Richard Roundtrees of the world, and you guys, you know what I'm talking about. You guys got it.
Yeah.
You guys can go get it. I can go get it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the message.
Yes.
That was the message, dude.
I got it, bro. I got it. Serious business. I got it. And it's an honor sitting here talking to you right now, man. And I'm not an emotional guy, but the more I think about my childhood, you know, the more I look back on it, and I'm like, brother, these guys were such an impact that it's hitting me now because I hadn't thought about it in such a long time. But when Avi and I were talking some weeks ago and he brought your name up, and I was like, golly, man, Fred Williamson, that's the hammer. That word, the hammer, that's synonymous. You know, you don't even, the word, the hammer, when anybody from my community hears the word, the hammer, they don't think about nothing else. Not a carpenter, not all these other imitations. They think about Fred Williamson. Is that crazy? Because Fred would put it on you. When I saw what the hammer was, I'm like, that's just an old-fashioned clothesline, man. The hammer, man. And brother, let me tell you this, when I saw the videotape of you getting hit in the Super Bowl, and all the guys on the Packers sideline were saying, "Oh, the hammer, he got it. We got him." You know, who got him? Who got him? They got the hammer, man. They got the hammer. That's golly, brother. Hey, man, it's an honor, brother. I wish I could talk to you more, brother. Serious business, bro. And hey, man.
Hopefully you will, Steve.
You did it, bro.
We're gonna have Fred on again, and we're gonna have Fred on again. So I'd love to you guys to be on again. And there are a lot of people that want to honor Fred. So Steve, if I can invite you, as more people honor Fred in the coming weeks, I want them to do that. I want him to know how much he meant to people, regardless if they're brown, white, green, yellow. Everyone knows the struggle, and everyone also knows what it's like to be human. And thanks to Fred, he merged those two things together. He struggled, but he also found humanity in that struggle, and he paved the way for a lot of people, black or white. So thank you, Fred. I salute you.
I'll be one last thing, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Can I tell you what was my favorite line from Fred Williamson in one of his movies?
You better. You better.
This is gonna eat you alive, brother. This is Shakespeare.
Okay.
This is Shakespeare.
I like me some Shakespeare.
When he told Jim Kelly in 3 the Hard Way,
yeah,
cover me, bro, cover me, man. And Jim Kelly did this. Yeah. He said, "With a gun, damn it."
What a reaction, man, guys and gals.
Oh man, I still remember that.
Fred, do you remember that line?
I still remember that.
Oh hell yeah!
Does Fred remember that? Okay.
You know,
okay.
Jim didn't want to give up the power. He didn't want to give me that power. You know,
Fred,
he wanted to cover. He wanted to cover him in a karate stance, man. Everybody around here got guns trying to kill him.
Thank you, Avi. Appreciate it. I want you to see. I'm wearing the hammer.
There we go.
Can you see it? Can you
I
see
think
it?
I see a bit of it. Stevie, you see it? I see
There
it.
it is.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
go.
I do.
I do.
There he is.
The hammer. I will talk to you soon, my friend. Have a great evening.
See you guys.
Thank you.
All right,
Stevie,
Fred.
the legendary Fred Williamson, the hammer.
Yes,
Legendary.
brother.
And you know what I love?
Oh my God.
I love
What's
the
that?
human being. I love the human being, Fred Williamson, even more than the legend, because you know how I tell teaching acting, it's the nonverbals. It's his body language when other people are speaking.
Right.
It's the respect he has for his fellow man and woman, and that shines through the screen, right, Stevie?
Most definitely, bro.
You were watching the whole thing, so you know what I'm saying. Like,
man, yeah.
His respect for people. How many people we met in this industry, you and I, that sometimes they've got the name and the fame and the acclaim, but sometimes it's all a game. And there's no game with Fred, man. He's such an honest, down-to-earth person. I think that's my takeaway.
Genuine guy, man. Genuine guy. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think you bring that out of a lot of people, too. I think this show brings that out of a lot of people. I think this show makes people leave certain things at home. Or on the sideline. I really do. Especially the way you approach them. And being a person that has been asked to do a lot of stuff in front of a lot of people and come out and talk to a lot of people, it's certain people and a certain demeanor that can bring that out of a person, bro. Serious business.
You're one of them too.
Serious business.
I'm tell our audience this because when I saw you do your thing in Vegas and host a show, it was the old school variety show type format that you had. 4 or 5, 6 different people who were able to be surrounded by Stevie when he directed them. He would tell them, "Look, I'm going to direct traffic. Here's what we're doing from point A to point Z." And I got that inspiration from you, man. When I watched you do your thing as a host, I said to myself, I want the world to know that you're not in a box. You're not just a wrestler, anything but. That was a part of your life, and we celebrated, and you were one of the best. I was one of the worst. We covered that too. But Stevie Ray, along with being a Hall of Fame wrestler, I call you the scholar, my friend. And let me tell you something to our audience out there. Stevie won't plug it, but very, very soon, what Stevie's doing now behind the scenes with his show it's mind-blowing. The people that are involved, absolutely professional. We know that. But Stevie's got a concept that he's bringing to fruition. And what I love about what you do is you take your time to develop. You're a thinking man. You're a patient man. And I've learned a lot from you, my friend. That's why I call you Big Brother. I love our 2-3 hour conversations. They go everywhere. For 10 years, that's been the case with you. You're family to me, man, and thank you so much for being a scholar that I always holler. So thank you.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother, and same to you. I appreciate
Thank you, my friend. Well, guys and gals and pals, the floor now belongs not to me, not to Stevie.
Wow. That was something. That was something else. I don't know if we've ever quite seen that on TKN.
I would not say so.
Wow.
So, Kelly, not only did we have these 3 amazing competitors, we have the freaking Hammer on TKN now.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I think you mentioned. I think you got that one.
I did.
Yeah,
he was on my short list. I went with the other Fred when I made my prediction, but it was a toss up right to the last second. Could have been either of them. It was a real hard decision to make. But on top of Fred the Hammer Williamson, on top of Charles Wright the Godfather, on top of MC Serch, we got a little Stevie Ray in the house tonight.
Well, it's always good to have some Stevie Ray in the house. That's
a very quick announcement. It's official. A very quick announcement. If you noticed the tribute video, there was a shot of Mr. Fred Williamson in the classic From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
If you're a fan, we also talked Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fan of Scorsese and From Dusk Till Dawn, do the math because we've got another legend coming up in a few weeks from film and television, by the way. You could do the math. You guys can understand what I'm talking about. But right now, guys, I'm turning over to Giselle and Kelly because you know what? They are the hosts with the mosts. And right now, you need to show us why you're voting for who you voted for topic 1 and topic 2. Will Giselle and Kelly break it down? Sure. Will they talk about the festivities tonight? Sure. I concur. We've had a rough couple of weeks, but we love honoring people when they pass and when they're here. But you know what? Tonight, we shared a ton of laughs. And the energy was as Kelly and I spoke about earlier on the phone. Man, oh man, did we need this tonight, right, Mr. White?
That is 100% true. I mean, that was a breath of fresh air. It really was. You know, this time of year, you know, and you and I have talked about this, that, you know, sometimes we dwell on the loss, and we've had some, but you got to pull yourself out of that. Remember, you know, what this season really is. It's about giving. Those guys gave a lot.
A ton.
You know,
so much of themselves. And I think we're able to see right now that the people coming on, the celebrities, the luminaries that want to throw their name in the arena, so to speak, they're noticing what TKN is all about prior to their appearance. There's a buzz going, and I think that's great. And we know that buzz, guys and gals and pals, is an extension of round number 1. Can you imagine what round number 3 is going to be all about in terms of the energy, the purpose? I think round 3 is when people start realizing, you know what? This is a place where strangers leave as friends, but we already made friends with one another. We want to win this thing. Yeah. This is a tournament, a sport of the mind. Kelly and Giselle, last question for you before I go bye-bye until the outro. But wouldn't you agree that once we get into round 3, 4, dare I say round 5 of this thing, it's going to be impossible almost for the judges to even vote?
It is. It's going to be so bloody tough, man. I mean, it's been tough. It's been tough for many, many matches since round 1. But when we get into round 3, I think round 2 is, you know, as they used to say, it's shaking the chafe out of the grain.
Yeah.
Round 3 is 100% grain, and we're sending 3 of 4 home, 2 of 3 home.
Whew.
I mean, the responsibility, man. I'm gonna feel like Atlas if I got to come out there and vote.
And Kelly and Giselle, they have something in common, guys. Besides for the fact that they're on screen right now on a Saturday night, Giselle and Kelly are in round number 3, and they're waiting for their 3rd round match. If you're fans of Kelly and Giselle, let me tell you this, because it's been a while for both of them in this tournament. They breezed through the competition. That means their 3rd round match, whomever they might face, will be one of the first third round matches in the new year, early part of the new year. Some quick plugs. I brought up Live Nation, guys and gals and pals. They're quite the sensation, and there's a lot of appreciation for Live Nation joining TKN as Mad TV Rewind and Mad TV Rewind. You hear this often, but I say this again from a place of logic. Mad TV, TKN, and Live Nation are going to join forces and give you quite the 2026. I wouldn't make such bold proclamations unless, of course, they came from a real place. We are looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to the debut, guys and gals and pals, of not only the TKN D&D Celebrity Challenge, but also the DM Challenge, guys and gals, the Dungeon Master Challenge. Coming up right after round number 2, talk shows returning, such as Paper Knife, of course, we know that. And guys and gals and pals, our site and some merch. We saw Serch. How about that? You never know who's going to pop up here with a comic book of their likeness. What are we going to offer you? Maybe some of ours, some cards as well. What I am going to say is this, though. Vote. Because in an 11th hour matchup, again, if a tie does take place, all 3 do move on. But like Kelly brilliantly pointed out to start this entire broadcast, hey, you made it to the next round. Congratulations. You now have the big dogs and the big wolves remaining, the Jesse Venturas, the Stevie Rays, the Mark Henrys. And lastly, it's on. You're going to see it on the ticker soon. Right now, we're asking you to vote when you're reading this ticker. Please, Kelly and Giselle will bring this up a couple of times when I go backstage. You don't want to miss the outro, because we're going to close out 2025 next week, December the 27th, on a Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time on this very channel with some heavy hitters. We're going to close out 2025. Speaking of the heavy hitters, they're all heavy hitters, but you got to see who we have in store for you next Saturday night, prime time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. As you know, guys and gals and pals, there have been surprises galore. Stick around after the outro, because there'll be another surprise after the outro, all from us to you. That being said, I turn the floor over to Giselle and Kelly. They'll be voting. They'll, of course, give you analysis as to why. And when I pull up some comments as it pertains to your votes, they'll stop. They'll address you, because you're the engine that makes this thing go. Mr. Kelly White, Miss Giselle, you two rock as always. And hey, I want to say this before I forget. I do want to say this. This is very important for the suits and ties who watch this show now more watching on a Saturday than they are on a Sunday via replay. These two bring it every single time they're here and behind the scenes. This is the A-team, guys and gals. They're storytellers. They're hosts. They could do it all. A Renaissance man and a Renaissance woman on screen, giving it their all. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Avi.
Thank you, Avi. Appreciate you. Breaking it down. Now, those were some topics. Man, the second topic.
Yeah, Kelly, we've got our first vote up here from a positive dose of Ralph, and you can catch Ralph on Wednesday nights on the Black Box in the Tournament of the Judges as well, 8 p.m. right here on this very YouTube channel. Ralph is voting. Fred has my vote. So does Godfather for both rounds. If I have to choose one, it'll be Fred. Is that for both exactly for both topics, Ralph? Fred for both topics.
That's one person per topic. All right, we got one from our man Chad Dixon. He says, I vote for Fred in topic 1 and Charles in topic 2. Votes are coming in.
Will E. Wilson. I vote Charles won the first topic, MC Serch. Yes, Charles for the first topic, MC Serch for topic 2. Thank you, Will E. Wilson.
All right, more votes coming in from DM Man. And I wonder, does DM Man DM? Because I do. Votes. Topic 1, Fred Williamson. Loved his energy. Topic 2, MC Serch. I loved his commitment to the time and the place. Like that explanation.
Thank you, Ralph, for clarifying that. Fred, both topics. Thank you so much. And Red Fred, a new viewer tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, Fred. I really like the Serch question 1. Yeah, awesome. And Lester.
My buddy from Texas, Mr. Lester Cook. Topic 1, Godfather. Topic 2, Fred. Okay. Fred and Godfather racking them up here.
Whew, they are coming in. Yep, the heavy hitters are definitely coming. Phil, I vote MC Serch for topic number 1.
Okay, we got one out of there. And here we go. Yeah. I will go with the hammer for topic 2. Nice. Keep them coming, folks. Bonnie Garcia voting for Fred. Is that topic 1, 2, or both? You got to let us know.
Very important to know. That's the way they get through. We need to know for both topics. So let us know. Topic 1, topic 2. Bethany My vote for topic 1 goes to Fred for painting me just a beautiful picture of his life from beginning to ending. Vote for topic 2 is Godfather for topic 2. Thank you, Bethany.
Was that technically the Godfather part 2?
Was it? Was it?
DM man again. I'm so down for seeing Kelly versus Giselle.
Oh, never happened. It's never happened in a tournament setting. You might see it real.
It's possible. It's possible.
I think we've had a few skirmishes on the black box.
Yeah, I think we've touched the pillar there.
Funny thing about Godfather 2, when I was starting my research with that 1972.
Not in the tournament. You guys might draw each other.
We might.
Okay.
I did start looking at popular movies to see if there were any characters that one was named after, but somehow that connection did not get made in the research pattern. So I don't know what happened there, but I did start that. And Bonnie is in.
Bonnie's got it for topic 1. Who's this? Orlando Simpson. Topic 1. Hey guys. Got to get the rest of the votes in, Bob. Okay, Red Pill Rage Channel. Topic 1, MC Serch. Topic 2, Godfather.
Perfect. And Joe, topic 1 is MC Serch, and topic 2 is Fred for me. Thank you, Joe.
Wow. Okay. Topic 2 is Fred for Rev.
I don't see your first topic. So if you can, please vote who you're voting for topic number 1. We also, guys and gals and pals, are going to hear Giselle and Kelly's votes in about 60 seconds or less. So stay tuned for their votes, and then it'll announce who advances to the next round. In case of a tie, only in the 11th hour. Perhaps all 3. We'll see.
Possibly. But you know what? I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that.
Topic
okay,
1.
Orlando, we need a name. We need a name, Bob.
we want to know, Orlando.
All right, breaking this down. He's undecided. Well, we're going to break it down, give it some thought. Here's my thought on the first topic. Go ahead.
We've got Allison in here, MC Serch for topic 1, and Fred for topic 2.
Okay.
Thank you, Allison. Thank you for being here every week, Allison.
Oh, here's Eric with Godfather topic 1, MC Serch topic 2. And we move along.
MC Serch topic 1 and Fred topic 2. I really appreciated everyone's energy tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Oh.
And Christopher, Godfather gets my vote for both rounds.
Making a sweep right there. Keep them coming, folks. If you need to think. We're going to break it down for you. Let's just hit topic 1, which was a pivotal moment, a crossroads in your life. What historical figure would you call for wisdom and why? I don't know about you guys, but when I hear these questions, I think to myself, well, what would I do? Well, I wasn't in the match, so I'll keep that to myself. But I did like the way all of these gentlemen approach this. I love the realism of it. And I have certain criteria. Anytime I am judging a match, I look for them completing the components of the topic. Sometimes these come in 2, 3, 4 particular parts. I look for some depth in their argument. Are they bringing stuff up that really matters and not just glossing over surface stuff, trying to get it out of the way? I look for logical presentation. I look for handling rebuttals, which we did not see a single rebuttal tonight.
Did not see one tonight.
Now, is that good strategy, bad strategy, mad respect? I don't know.
We did see rebuttals in the game, and guys and gals and pals, hopefully Kelly and Giselle, once they're finished analyzing this as only they can, well, they'll talk a bit about the game because that thing was a doozy. But man, oh man, guys and gals, again, reminding you of this before I bring this up. Kelly White, this is an important announcement that I brought up last week when I aired the best of Kelly White. Stick around this Wednesday for part 2 of the best of Kelly White, because I know we've got some new suits and ties who are watching, wondering. I've heard about Kelly White. I've heard about what he can do. They're seeing him tonight as a host, but they're going to see him as a competitor again on Wednesday night as we compile the best of Kelly White part 2. Kelly, floor is yours.
All right, thanks, sir. So, with this one, and the other thing was the personal connection. I saw all 3 of these hit most of my particular criteria. But there was one guy, because they were all guys, that smoothly and specifically hit every point in a nice logical flow for me on topic one. It didn't he didn't seem like he was answering a debate topic, or he was just simply relating a story of his life, which how much more personal can you get than an actual event in your life?
Right. We also, Kelly, we have a vote in from Howard here. MC Serch topic 1, Fred topic 2. All 4 gentlemen were on fire tonight. Yes, they were. We had some great conversations with Avi himself, and the panel loved hearing it.
Yeah, the conversations, I mean, if we could just vote on conversation, wow, that would, yeah, just check. Send them all through. Yeah. But as I was saying, with the breakdown on the criteria I personally use, and it may not be the same that Giselle uses, or maybe you use out there, but only one guy hit everything on topic 1, and for me, that was Mr. MC Serch. Giselle, what's your side of this story?
My criteria are very similar to yours. They have to answer all of the question. They do, and many times we have questions with multiple parts, 2-parters, 3-parters. So they have to really think about that and make sure every element is in there. They need to stay on that topic. I like to see a bit of that personalization as well, because it shows the passion. It shows they're believing in what they're saying, and they really thought about how this topic connects to their own lives. So that's a lot of it. Are they clear? Are they organized? If it seems like they're going off track, can they bring it back around, wrap it all up? Does it make sense, even if they're not, even if they seem to be off topic a little bit? By the end, does it still make sense? So, for the first topic, the person who hit all of that for me, MC Serch.
Okay.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah. So we have one more topic to vote on, Kelly and myself, but we have the outro coming up. And if you've already put your votes in for topics 1 and 2, let's start seeing some names of who might appear in this outro, because there is another way to win some cash tonight. If you can predict 2 of the people who will be in the outro tonight, who will be revealed in next week's match, Kelly with Jay White, how much can you win?
For 2 people, I believe it's 5 smackaroons.
I believe it is as well. And if you get 3 people,
let's double it, make it a big old fat G.
What?
$1,000 right before Christmas. How bad can that be?
Sounds pretty good to me.
So
if you've
drop
gotten
the
your
names.
votes in, hey Myron, welcome.
But to borrow a phrase, but wait, there's more. Because usually we're like, hey, hang around for the outro. It's going to be great. It always is. This time you can win some money. But
yes, and we also have Neon Nightwing voting Serch for topic 1. Thank you. And Fred for topic 2. Thank you so much for getting both of those in, Kelly.
Absolutely. The big surprise. Come on. Now, does this not feel like you're at a Marvel movie? You know, where everybody that's in the know waits till after the credits to see what's going on? That's the big surprise. We know about the outro. If you don't know about the outro, hang out and find out.
That's a great call. Great call.
Big surprise. Big surprise tonight.
Can you say that again, guys? And what I want to do is I want our producers in the back to catch that, so we can use that and send it all to all of our luminaries in suits and ties. Kelly, what the end credits, the MCU universe, TKN, outro. Could you put that all together one more time, my friend?
Sure. Tonight is just like going to the debut of a major Marvel movie release, because if you're in the know, you're going to sit through those credits. You're going to enjoy them. And then you're going to see the big surprise at the very end. And you're going to chuckle at the knuckleheads that got up and walked out before they knew. That's what it's all about.
So you definitely want to hang around to the end. And we've got Chad Dixon in here every week, has awesome posts on Facebook as well with his guesses for tonight in the outro. Sally, Jesse, Raphael, Jesse Ventura, and Mark Henry are his
strongest man. Gotta stay to the end. Yeah, you're right.
Gotta stay till the end. That would definitely be a powerhouse.
Lou Ferrigno? We got senior, junior might pop in. I don't know. So Giselle, so that we can get to the outro and the big surprise, because I want to see it.
You
Start off. What was topic 2, and how do you see it? How do you view it?
Topic 2, inspiring the eras. So, if you could pick a historical figure, go back in time to this era, and choose a moment from your career that would inspire this person, who would it be and why? So this is a topic where, for me, the whys are really important.
I agree.
Sometimes it's a how. Most of the time it's a why. But those whys allow you, again, to go very in-depth in the topic. They allow us to learn something we may not have heard. They allow us to know more than we ever would have in just a history lesson at school. So those whys are very important. And choosing an era is, I don't even know.
While you think about that, Eric's got Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and Vivica Fox in the outro.
Ooh.
That could be a one-on-one. He's predicting a one-on-one match perhaps for next week.
Could be.
Could be. Again, I love how Charles Wright.
Somebody else is saying Vivica will definitely be in the outro.
Ooh.
So she's racking up quite a following for the reveal.
Very popular. Very fantastic storyteller. Yes. Yep. Yep. We like the simple yeps too. Agreement. But yeah, going back to that personalization was really, really great. And just hearing all of the stories from Fred Williamson to how he wants to reach out and help people and help struggling actors, storytellers. So great to hear that he's still doing that and wonderful. And I loved all. This one is a little bit more difficult because there was a lot more personalizing in there. And so it's kind of extrapolating that personalization and distilling it down to also what is the topic asking. But for me, the person who again hit all of the points that I'm looking for and all of the criteria was MC Serch.
Okay. So this one, I agree with you, Giselle. It was a little tougher because you look at Charles, the Godfather, Charles Wright.
Mm-hmm.
His answer kind of started off as part of just the in-between conversation, and then it got turned into, let's finish up here because he brought up to a point. He couldn't have written better. I was the crossroads of my life. I was like, well, tell us about or talk about his career, and well, what about it? And he went with the Attitude Era, which if you're a wrestling fan and you watched any of that, that was all gold. It really, really was.
He brought up Mark Henry, who's waiting for his round 2 match. Mark Henry, someone we could potentially see in the outro tonight.
We very well could. You and I could be seeing him in round 3 possibly. So
we could.
That's something to consider. But I love the way Charles brought that in. I mean, myself being a wrestler, and if you're a wrestler, you watch it, so yeah, that was very influential.
Yeah. And Lester Cook is predicting JBL, Lou Ferrigno, and Mick Foley. Mick Foley is already in round 3, Lester, but JBL and Lou Ferrigno are potential competitors who could show up in the outro tonight.
They could.
And Sal, Jesse Ventura, Tretch was on a few weeks ago. And Joe Montana is also in round number 3. So Jesse Ventura is a possibility, though.
Got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Bonnie Garcia's prediction, Mark Henry, Jesse Ventura, and Lou Ferrigno. Could be a thing. Quite the panel. But speaking of quite the panel, we had one tonight. We really did.
We did.
Oh, who's this guy? This is a positive. Oh, it's Ralph. Ralph. Mark Henry, Lou. I think he means Lou Ferrigno. Oh, okay. Mark Henry. Okay, Lou Ferrigno and Sally Jesse. Oh, you know what would happen right there? I would be feeling really sorry for Mark and Lou. I just simply would. I would. She is a scary lady. She scares the Jesus out of me.
She's one of our favorites. Kelly's right. And look at this really creative prediction from Bethany. Look at this.
A mystery guest.
Mystery guest.
Do you notice how quickly the avatar got off screen when he saw that? Would he pull that? I don't know. I mean, well, I guess we'll have to see.
It could be because we
But,
we do have 11th hour participants who are bypassing an 11th hour match like we saw tonight, heading straight into round 2. But if they do that, they start their match with negative 12 points.
Yeah,
I
I feel pretty confident, where I'm at, but I don't know if I'd want to start that way, really. Just right off top.
Real happy none of these participants did that tonight. Real happy.
Exactly. But we had tonight, Charles Wright, the Godfather, Papa Shango, Kama. He had numerous gimmicks, and all of them were pretty darn successful. We had MC Serch. I mean, one of the first crossover hip hop artists out there, way predates Vanilla Ice or any of those guys. But when you think about Fred Williamson, that is an iconic legend. I mean, he was a trailblazer, no apologies, did it his way through a landscape that was very pale in those days. He paved the way for so many people, and his stories and his outlook on life are just amazing. And his wife getting on camera to show off the t-shirt, that was the bomb right there.
It was a great moment. And if you can't rent a home or buy one, you build one. And that's what Fred Williamson did in the studio system. When the studios wouldn't take a chance on a Jim Brown or Fred Williamson or Pam Grier, they built their own studio. They made their own films. They touched a lot of lives.
Yeah, that's true. And if Avi wants to talk about it, it's happening again, just so you know. But for voting for this was a tough one.
I know.
Again, Fred, Fred. It kind of started as part of the conversation and then delved into, what the topic was all about. But with that, sticking to my criteria, because I think that's important for a judge. That is important for a judge, especially as we go into more, advanced rounds where there's so much on the line, 3 out of 4 people, 2 out of 3 leaving, that I urge everyone out there to come up with your own criteria and stick to it. Stick to it. That way you're fair across the board for every contestant out there, whether it's Jesse Ventura, Lou Ferrigno, Mick Foley, me, or Giselle. So sticking to my criteria, I once again end up agreeing with my co-host. It was MC that actually did the whole thing, and he did it very, very smoothly. So my vote for topic 2 is also for MC.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Right. Now that we've got the hard part out the way, what about that little renovation of I'd pay?
Oh, that. I think to start off, I don't know if Charles knew what to make of it to start. He took it like a college bowl question, like, oh, what am I going to do? But man, they loosened up real quick. And, again, Fred, I think, Fred just has such a sense of humor right there. So yeah, that game was all over the place. Mm-hmm. One of the most interesting side discussions I've ever heard, though, is that Jerry Seinfeld had no pull on the West Coast. People were just like, what a bunch of weirdos, and went on with life. They didn't seem to care. Didn't got that from Charles Wright. I'm a West Coast guy. I don't know. Didn't do anything for me. I grew up here in West Virginia, so I guess I'm East Coast enough because I thought it was, funny as all get out most of the time. Yeah. So, what do you think?
I think a lot of places where you may be more spread out, where you have more room to spread out than a place like a New York City or Chicago or an LA, it could be a little bit harder to relate to some of the hijinks. Like, what is this public transit? What are they doing? What do you mean they have to do that? And this I don't understand any of this, even if you know a little bit about the city. But I think Fred Williamson is about to produce a new film with Big Bird the Bounty Hunter and his arsenal.
Big Bird is going to be packing. He's going to come out looking like Rambo just raided the gun store.
Okay, wait.
Tall and yellow.
Does this mean we now have Big Bird the Bounty Hunter turned Rambo the talk show host?
Oh. Well,
should we do a tournament, an I'd pay tournament, perhaps?
Ooh.
You know what?
Oh, there have been some good ones. Ooh.
I think so. But
because Kelly, we've never seen Big Bird facing Rocky the Neurosurgeon.
We haven't. And I think that would definitely be something to see. So yeah, let's look into that.
I got something here, guys. Yeah, since we're having fun, let's take a look at the expressions and the nonverbals of Giselle and Kelly when they hear this one. To all of you in the comment section, what would you rather see? Giselle, the 4th round participant, or Kelly White, the 4th round participant in this tournament?
Oh. Well, there's a heavy question right there.
Right. Kelly J. White. The J is not silent.
It is not.
They do not call you the king of the black box for nothing.
No, they don't. But you were the first one to make round 3.
It was. So where does that leave us?
I don't know. I think from what I'm seeing, it's one of those people are afraid to punch a button and say.
Ooh.
I don't know if they're afraid to be wrong or afraid that they'll make Giselle mad.
Now, this is a competition, and I definitely want to win, but you are a very worthy opponent. Chad wants a tie. Chad, you know there are only ties in 11th hour. You're going to have to pick. You are going to have to pick.
Yeah, I think.
Now, this is
I want our engine to show the suits and ties who Giselle and Kelly are through your comments. Let the suits and ties who are just discovering TKN and what it's all about, let them know who Kelly and Giselle are. I think Bethany summed it up nice. Giselle's the backbone and Kelly's the king.
I like this.
Works for me. But yeah, the games tonight, though, that was those guys got into that. I think they almost got into the games more than they did the topics to a degree. And they know what's on the line. And you got to say at this point, you've got to say it. We heard Charles Wright talking about it, for his WWE days, all the gimmicks. I mean, he kidded about McMahon not paying. We know he got paid. And he said, he's doing 40 cons a year, not for the money. It's to get out there and be with the people and see the, I don't know, the light that comes after the work. So these guys don't need 15K.
They don't.
Any of these guys can pick up and take themselves to Greece. Hey, somebody left me a compliment here. It says, Kelly, your name stands for Kelly Judge White because you do a great job, sir. I appreciate that, Ralph. I really do, man.
DM Man 33, Giselle and Kelly have an energy and intensity to them. I could not agree with that more. Certainly what helped to get us into round number 3.
See, and Eric says, I think we should do an I Pay tournament of our own, making and vote on it. Okay, well, that would definitely be something. Like I said, any of these guys could take themselves 5 nights to Greece. They got 15K laying around. So why are they doing this? I know. Because look at the field. Look at the field right now. 100.
Would you like to?
Sure. This is from Mr. Howard Collado. Says, I've gone up against both of them, and both are challenging competitors who will bring out the best in you. Kelly is kind of a silent assassin. Giselle will shoot it straight and hit her target. Okay, well, I'll accept that.
Are we ready to accept who's moving on?
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh, is it time?
I think right now, guys and gals and pals, it's drum roll time. Literally from Giselle and Kelly. Let's hear some drum rolls. Any way, shape, or form. Kelly and Giselle. This is pretty big because we know that there's no guaranteed ties. We know that.
Right.
We know that. Will 2 out of 3 move on, or will 3 out of 3 move on? If you're watching the broadcast, this is it. You're going to have to say goodbye maybe to one of them. Maybe to MC Serch, maybe to Fred Williamson, or maybe to the Godfather. We're going to find out right now. Guys, I want to say this if you're looking at a YouTube channel. It has been almost 4 months. 4 months that we haven't had an elimination. Let me read the names of those who've been eliminated every single week. There's been a lot of them every week. D. Wallace, what a shocker that was, if you recall, a couple of weeks ago.
That was. Wow.
The great Lenny Wilkins, who will never be eliminated, but we know that that night Eric Roberts and, of course, Josh Henderson moved on to round number 3. We also know, guys, that due to some tech issues, the great Khali got eliminated about a month ago.
Yeah.
Aaron O'Brien got eliminated a couple of times, got some shots afterwards, but she did get eliminated. Also, the film and TV great D.B. Sweeney was eliminated.
Yep.
His matchup that took place September the 20th. And if you go back further, the last time we had a tie, I mean, you're going to have to go all the way back here to August the 30th, 2025. That's almost 4 months.
Yeah.
That's almost 4 months, guys and gals and pals, since we've had a tie. But it's time to break that streak as all three are moving on to round number 2, guys and gals. Fred Williamson, MC Serch, and the Godfather will be split into other matchups, but they are not guaranteed to move on to round number 3. That is not a guarantee. We've seen plenty of people move on from the 11th hour, but couldn't find their way into the 3rd round. It does get tougher. They're not going to be able to wait a long time. Kelly, do you recall when Carlito had quite the turnover? He was on for an 11th hour match, and a couple weeks later, he had a 2nd round match.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost like a wrestling schedule. There's no time to breathe in between matches when you're coming in this late. You're gonna flip from one week to the next, and like I said, you're in the shark infested end of the pool now. All the minnows have done scattered, so good luck.
So, guys, I want your reaction to this. Now we got all 3. Kelly, of course, wishing them good luck. Of course, we do know these aren't shallow waters anymore. Just getting in this thing is tough as it is. Giselle, what are your thoughts? All 3 gentlemen will be seeing yet another night.
I'm so excited. We are going to see more of them and see them again. You've already hinted that Fred Williamson would be back. So now not only will he be back, he will be back and he will be competing again. We will get to see so much of him. I can't wait to hear what else they have to say and what they're going to do against other competitors, because they have a lot of experiences and a lot of stories to share. And this is the perfect place to get them all out. So I'm thrilled that they're all moving on.
I'm very happy about it. I think they were all deserving. And like I said, it was mainly sticking to my criteria, which I think a judge, if you're going to judge, whether it's here or out there as an engine member, you kind of have to have at this point. So I don't feel bad about it. But just the conversations were so amazing, the mutual respect. I couldn't believe Stevie and Charles marking out for Fred. That was something to see. That was heartwarming at its greatest. But I just had a little bit of an epiphany.
What's that?
I think in Fred Williamson,
okay,
Sally Jesse may have met her foil.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, explain why.
He has no fear to step up and just say what he is thinking.
That's a good point.
He mentioned a particular movie twice that no one else was going to mention the name of. Man is Fearless.
I know exactly which movie you're talking about. He is fearless. Now, let me ask you this, guys. This is right before our outro right now. We're waiting for all our hosts to sign in backstage. We are waiting. And then if they aren't here, then we're going to play the outro anyway. But, guys, you've been waiting for the outro. Last question for Giselle and Kelly. Last question.
Yes.
If you were to have a dream match, if you were to split these 3 gentlemen up and have them enter some sort of dream match with the remaining contestants that we still are waiting to see in round number 2, where would you like to see a Fred Williamson, an MC Serch, and, of course, a Godfather? What kind of matchups would you like to put them in? One-on-ones, 3-ways? We got Sally Jesse still coming down the pike. We got Mark Henry. We got Stevie Ray. We got Randy Couture. We got John Lovitz. We have Greg Louganis. I mean, there's still so many heavy hitters that are left. We have Raymond J. Barry. He's waiting. He had his 11th hour match.
Yeah.
The great Raymond J. Barry, who has a lot in common with Fred Williamson, which we could delve into. We got some TKN hosts like Joe Rositano, yours truly. Where would you like to see them?
Okay, I have one immediately. Shocker, I know. I know, I don't have to think about this. We're going to do the Battle of the Hip Hop Legends and the Battle of the Queens, and we're going to have MC Serch up with Kid and Play.
That would be one hell of a matchup. Tone Loc is still someone we have yet to see as well. I like that. Kelly, what about you? In about 60 seconds or less. Pick one of them.
I kind of agree with Giselle for MC, but instead of Kid and Play, I want to see Tone and Tretch.
Tone and Tretch. Gotcha. That would be an incredible matchup between those two. Guys and gals, you know what else is incredible? First off, give it up for Giselle and Kelly J. White because they gave us incredible analysis. Of course, they kept things going. If you want to talk about the bookend, they started this thing. They're finishing this thing. They gave you their insight. And now we are going to find out if some of you can win some money. If you predicted next week's participants to close out the year 2025. One more match, and it's in the books. We don't have too many people left. So if you're watching the top 10 and you see the same names, it's because there aren't too many left. Guys and gals and pals, after the outro, stick around because there's another very brief surprise to close out the evening. So let's bring in our TKN host in the back. We've got Mr. Rositano. He can't wait to see who's coming up. And, of course, we have Miranda as well. Guys and gals, through your nonverbals, are you pumped to see who our participants are next Saturday night? Joe and Miranda. Yes, they are. They are ready to go. So with that, Giselle?
Yes.
A Howard Collado specialty. Do it yourself tonight, Giselle. What time is it?
It's outro time!
Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
Kind of be in a chapter where you kind of see and think to yourself, what type of resilience do you have?
Down to the wire, guys. This is down to the wire. Who we got next week? These are the big guns.
Because the more you don't know, the more you find, and the more you, how's that phrase go? The more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know.
Everybody was just friends doing what we did to get together wherever we got together at. In that particular place, for me, was a place called 127 Park. We called it the 7. And, but, right next door is Corona. So you had G-Rap and Polo.
Everything has a cost. You get nothing for free. And unfortunately, too many people these days try to get a free ride. Nobody in wrestling likes anyone to get anything else. Everybody's jealous of everybody. Everybody is insecure and needy.
Career became my child, to be very honest with you. And also I didn't find the right man in my life to start a family with because children need a family.
But you know what? I don't like this. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Many of my brothers in uniform have struggled and come back thinking they left the front line in one of those countries
and come back to our country and definitely struggled through that experience. And then my son, Ryan, started fighting for Strikeforce. Obviously, Strikeforce was bought out by Zuffa in the UFC, kind of absorbed Scott. Scott was with them for a little while when he became free again.
Even more important, like such a role model that it's a lot to live up to be that good and that like giving to other people all the time. But it just made me so aware of like what kind of a person I would want to be.
And they had all these different ways, and I'm looking at this picture and saying to myself, I wish I could meet this guy, because eventually over the course of time, I had a chance to come to California to train for the competition. I got a chance to get to know Joe Weider.
The thing I like about the Hulk is the fact that he was like a hideous looking creature. But at the same time, it was like G versus E, good versus evil, where he would save people's lives. He was strong, he was powerful.
In athletics and even in movie athletics, the villain will get you to come to the fight, to the event, because you want to see him get his ass whooped.
No, everything was local. Like, in New York where I grew up, you had like a video music box. Up in the Bay, they had soul beats and stuff, but it was local. You had to catch local. It wasn't a national thing. So Yo MTV Raps was a game changer.
Those people, they weren't thinking about whether or not it's about money. They're not thinking about territory. They were fighting over people's lives.
We want to make sure that the WWE has its imprint on the future, and there's a lot of guys and girls that may not compete at the Olympic level again, and we want to make sure that they get an opportunity to have a career like I've had.
It was 1993, Christmas Day, Denver, Colorado, that somebody had booked the show that we all had to wrestle on.
My ill will was toward people that ran WCW, and if you happen to be within that, then I had ill will toward certain people that ran WCW.
Yeah, no, it's terrific and it's fun, and keep bringing diverse personalities together. I think that's great, and it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
If a business succeeds or fails out in the free marketplace, you can't go looking to government to bail them all out. Because then how do you pick and choose? Which business gets help, which doesn't?
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Thank you. My goodness. You said things about me that I don't even remember or knew about. Yeah. Thank you. It's a great honor to be here, and what a collection of wonderful personalities you have.
Wanting to excel, wanting to win, wanting to contribute something to one's life and society.
In 2050, it'll be a complete different business. I guess AI will be taking over. I won't be in the ring 28 days a month. And it's great to be here and to meet all the fans coming in today. I'm so excited in that. And I hope a lot of people come in and make this an event that no one will forget.
Because if you were able to take in what we gave you, what was better than that? So I almost feel sorry for people who are coming up now trying to embrace comedy, because it just doesn't have the same potency.
Stephen is doing his job. His job is to critique NBA players and the sport of basketball. And now here you are rescuing your son twice, because you got him in the league when you knew he didn't belong.
Here we go. Last match of 2025. Greatest trash talkers ever. He called out everybody in the reveal show. Everybody. And are we ready? Are we ready for the final participant, guys and gals, that will be announced for our finale of 2025? Ready? Finally! No love lost between Rick and Steve. Guys and gals and pals, by the way, the prize.
Next Saturday night, TKN Celebrity Tournament, the final one.
of 2025. Rick Mahorn, I hear you've been talking a lot of smack. Well, Rick Mahorn, next week, you're going to have to deal with me. Rick Mahorn, next week, you and me. They call you a bad boy. We'll see if you still got it. See you. And I wouldn't want to be you.